Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today is quite an exciting day as we have just got a new Rush box, which means we have a bunch of new skills, a bunch of new cards, and just so much to test. And we will be taking one of these new decks into the Angel Cup. Now, the deck that I think we're going to focus on first is going to be Buster Blader. And that's because I think that deck does actually have a bit more potential than maybe I'd first otherwise thought. So I want to try that out and see how it plays. We definitely can't test Worms yet, as we have not finished farming Asana out. We haven't gotten her to the max level yet. We have not got all of her drops. So until we've done that, we can't do anything with the Worms, which kind of left us between, you know, plants and Buster Blader, and then a little bit Vulcan. But Vulcan is a bit of a meme. We're going to see if we can do something with it. We'll see what actually ends up happening. But who do we have? We have Sakadetsu, welcome on in. We have Dragson here as always. We have Small Semi, welcome on in. Good evening. It's actually just turned noon here. So it's, you know, we've only just gone into the afternoon where I am. So gambling time, I tried to make my own, but it didn't work out too well for me. Well, in our predictions, we did predict that all of the new decks were going to be kind of like tier 3. They wouldn't consistently be able to beat any of the top decks, so we'll have to see what actually ends up happening there. But I think we are going to just go and fire straight on into some games, right? We have not yet cogged, because we were waiting for the new cards to come out. So let's just jump in, and we'll just see what this deck can do. We got about an hour until the Angel Cup starts, so we got an hour of, I guess, testing. But I'm not sure if Rush Ladder Gold is the best place to actually do some thorough testing. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Good morning, ICU, I4CU. I assume it's still morning where you are then? What do you mean? It's 1 PM here. So it is 2 minutes past midday here. That's a hand. I suppose it's not a bad hand, it's just a lot of these cards I'd rather have later on in the game where we can get some actual value off of them. I don't think it's worth trying to get, like, aggressive. I also don't think it's necessarily worth sitting on Witness, but I don't think I need all the piercings this early. Like, I could go aggressive here, but, like, if that's got more than 1200, we can't actually do anything anyway. And we'd have to have, like, 2 Witness in attack mode just to get the piercing. So it doesn't seem great. It's 7 PM for me. Ah, I see. Britain 1 hour behind the good countries. You know, that's an opinion. Well, there goes my piercing samurai. This is actually a bit of an awkward matchup. Overlord is a bit of a pain in the ass. The problem is we don't want to go, like, aggressive if we don't have access to something that's going to protect us from the Overlord maximum play. So, do we just go on the defensive for now? I think we might. We're going to do this, and we're just going to chill. Now, if he does find a Torna, we could get really badly punished because we have 2-0 defense monsters, but we'll see what he does. I just read some cards, and I see Rush Noble Knight cards from Structure Deck. Aren't they help Buster Blader? Rush Noble Knight cards. You're going to have to be more specific than that. I'm afraid I am not on the same page. Noble Knight cards for Rush. Forever Freeze, unfortunately, is completely useless in this matchup. We don't have a ton of discard outlets. Like, I just want the card out of the hand, so we're probably just going to do... This is the issue, is eventually we're going to draw into our Gaias and then be completely screwed. But I feel like going aggressive without having a trap card to protect us is just suicide anyway. We've got the graveyard set up. We just need to find negate attack or the Majesty. That's all we need. Can we find one of our traps? Still no trap card. I mean, at this point, I think we're running out of options. I think if we keep doing nothing, we will just lose because we can't set 3 monsters, and we're starting to clog up our hand with big tribute monsters. So we can do this. We'll set this. We'll go ahead and normal summon out the Gaia. Then I guess we just go battle here. We'll swing over this. This is the issue though. If we go much more aggressive, he could just kill us on the crackback. I think we just pass. I don't want to do too much damage to him. Because there's a chance he just has the whole max in hand. In fact, he might just be able to kill us on board. We haven't done the maths. It's a tricky one. Oh, hey, I just built this deck and test in rank. Spoiler, it sucked. The skill is even more suck. Well, we'll have to wait and see when we actually get to use the skill. Unfortunately, the skill is completely useless in this matchup, so... for me, it's Freya Bend, time spot after you finish work. I see. The skill should be 2100 and higher, reduced by 500. I mean, I guess that helps out in, like, specific matchups. But it still doesn't, like, make it just work against everything. Alright, let's see what we can find here. Well, there is a whole bunch of Gaias. This looks like a brick. We'll go ahead and use TSA. That's something that's happening either way. I need these back, ideally. I also really need these back. So we'll probably do this. I think we do just weaken this, to be honest. We'll set this. I mean, putting more cards in the grave doesn't change anything. I think we just do this. This is a pretty rough one. Let's see if we can draw our way out of it. We still have... No, we're actually out of boss monsters, so we can't draw any more bosses. We could, however... draw some more stinky back row, which will just get in the way. God, this is so, like, frustrating. Our skill doesn't work because his deck plays under it, and our Forever Freeze does not work. I guess we do this now. Unfortunately, it's a very awkward life point total. Can we, like, draw good cards? Oh my god, game. That's just lethal, right? There's nothing we can do. Yeah, it's just game. We drew, like, ass that entire game as well. Like, all we needed to do, if we had just found... Okay, that entire game, we never found Negate Attack or Majesty, both of which basically mean that we win that matchup for free. We just never drew either of them. It's like, what can you do? Unfortunately, it just happens. From the right across the Lionheart structure deck, they called Hilt the Bearer of Noble Arms and Seath Scabbard of Noble Arms. Ah, they're unfortunately very bad cards. This matchup seems so awkward. It is very awkward. The problem is we have to play Forever Freeze because our deck hard loses to Royal Rebels. And we're expecting to see Royal Rebels when we get to higher rank plays. But unfortunately down here in Shittown, we unfortunately do not necessarily see what we expect to see. Right, let's see what we draw here. Forever Freeze. Again, this might actually be useful here. Without actually having access to Piercing, I don't see a point to summon out Swift Gaia, so we're just going to chill with 3 set monsters. Right, let's see what our opponent does. How many win did you got? We've played 1 game so far. Okay. This is fine. He can't beat set 3 pass. He needs to find spell traps to help him, and he needs to get his deck to less than 10 cards. So, like, we're just kind of big chilling right now. Yeah, so this is the piercing one. So he needs to get his deck to, like, 10 or less cards. And by putting that card back in his hand, he's now made it so he's drawing less cards next turn. Man, we're probably just chilling. PSA is very good. The problem is, can we beat him through... if we can get a 0 defense monster in the graveyard, which we can force it to go in our favor. So, is this the turn it's summoned? No, it's not. Okay, so we can set this. Then we're going to normal summon by tributing 2 monsters. The boy. Then I'm going to normal summon Bolt Tricorn. We'll flip over our Urashima Warrior. We're going to go ahead and activate Urashima Warrior's effect. Oh, actually, this doesn't do what I need it to do. We don't have enough cards in grave. I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm an idiot. I mean, maybe... No, yeah, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this just. Do I want this in the graveyard? Probably do. That's... I don't actually know how many cards that's going to be there. But that second part of the skill did just save our butt. We completely forgot. But now we can do this. We weaken this. And he cannot activate trap cards to our guy's attack. Okay, we sum... Why are we wasting a negate attack on 2400 damage? What is the logic there? Let's see what he does. Bliss is also fun against Royal Rebel. Bliss? What, Peaks of Blisstopia? Or are we talking about a different Bliss? 1 lose, deck sucks, next... It was 100% lost so far. I was thinking they can help because Seath can summon level 7 Warrior from hand. That can unbrick the hand a little. The problem is Seath is a tribute monster. So more often than not, it's going to brick your hand more than it would like help. That's the main issue with it. Hello, Dwan. Welcome on in. Alright. We lost some monsters, but that's fine. We were expecting to keep them anyway. He's already used his negate attack, so we're actually kind of chilling, to be honest. We can even use this. Oh, not my negate attack. That's gross. Do we want to mill some cards? We almost certainly do with this hand. So we'll summon this out. We'll go ahead and activate the effect. That's good mills all around. I think we just go straight in with this. Summon this out. Now the question is, do we go for the other boss as well? We don't have to. We really don't have to. But we can just chill on this. We'd have more monsters to work with. But if we do get the second boss out, we can apply more pressure. So I think we will. So tribute, get this out. Activate our skill. We'll then go straight to battle. We will attack over this. We'll attack over this. Recital here as well. I'm not sure about the recital. I'm not sure you need recital here. He is scary, that's why. Bliss is the trap, I think. Oh, the, God, what is it even called? Cannot for the life of me remember what it's called. It's like, the one with a nun on it. Oh, reincarnation. So has he got the maximum again? That's the question. My gut says maybe. The fact he's added that tells me almost certainly he's just hard drawn the max. Yes, he has hard drawn the max twice now. He has not used the skill to fix this. He is, well, I mean, to be fair, there he did use monster reincarnation, but he did hard draw the other 2 pieces. The main issue here is he actually is about to have piercing. That is kind of scary, because now we need very specific cards to actually be able to deal with this. The 2 back row don't mean much. We're going to need a boss, and we're going to need TSA. We have 1 TSA left in the deck. Or we just draw our Tribute to the Doomed. That would also just do it. Or we could draw nothing, right? We could just draw none of our good cards. That's the alternative. So this thing's going to go up to 5,000 attack. That is problematic for us. Are we just dead? Is there anything we can do? Unfortunately, this hand is just giga ass. If we do nothing, he goes up to 5,000 attack, attacks over us for 37. No, 27. He goes over us to 27. We do get to live the turn. That means we have a chance to draw into exactly 1 copy of... Because we can't summon anything with less than 13, or 14 even. Like 15 would be the lowest we can have, so we can't actually summon anything. We could activate this effect. And that's it. That's literally the entire turn. So the reason we're doing it like this is because if this dies, we still live, as long as he doesn't like Tribute to the Doomed us. If we summon any of these, because he's got less than 10 cards in deck, he gains Piercing, attacks over us, and we die. But this way we have a chance to draw Tribute to the Doomed, because we have not yet seen our Tribute to the Doomed. That doesn't change anything. That gets a card out of his hand, which lets him play another spell card. Does that change anything? No, that still doesn't change anything. He pops that, gets to draw 2 more cards. If he wants it. That's another card. Activates the effect. Gains the 100. So that'll be 3,000 damage. The skill giving piercing? Yep. The skill now gives him piercing. But we live the turn. We need to draw exactly Tribute to the Doomed here. Unfortunately, that is not going to do it. So that's just going to be game again. Yeah, it's not looking great for us. To be fair, we have drawn very, very badly so far. The deck has everything it needs to be able to beat these decks that we've played against. We just haven't seen the cards that win us the game, unfortunately. We'll have to wait and see, because I don't like to just write a deck off this early. Like, all we need to do is just find one game where we actually see the good cards. Because technically our deck is built to beat maximum monsters. We have double TSA, we have Tribute to the Doomed, we have Majesty, we have Negate Attack. We have just seen none of these cards. We've seen one copy so far of the... I suppose we did see a Tribute to the Doomed, it was just at a really bad point. X2 deck sucks even more. Yeah, it's... I mean, again, no one was expecting this deck to be good, right? Like, we're expecting this deck to maybe be okay. Like, no one, I think, is expecting this deck to actually be good. Right, let's see what they've got. Vast Vulcan is okay, but it cannot surpass Supreme Machine. I think Vast Vulcan is... I mean... Vast Vulcan is a weird one, where, like, I think Vast Vulcan could do, like, something, but I think the best it's going to be is, like, a rogue deck. I don't think that deck's going to be actually good. And RNG Screw Us again. It's one of those things where, yes, we have been getting unlucky, but if we were playing a better deck, we'd be able to do more with less. Like, this deck is going to be kind of high roll. Unfortunately, we can't do anything with that. I mean, we can try and just, like, bash over him. That's probably fine. We could also just mill some cards, but I don't really think we need to mill right now. So how exactly does this skill... What's the requirement to make this work? Okay, so I think we can do this then. So we can activate the skill. Oh, we don't get to do the second part? Do we not get to do the second part because we have a monster on the field? Turn 4 or onward. Okay, so we only get to do that turn 4 onward. That's good to know, though. That's very good to know. That's only the turn we normal summon it. So we've set this. We will go ahead and tribute these two. Now the question is, how aggressive do we want to get? I don't think we want to get too aggressive here, because we're not even sure this attack's going to land. So we'll just see what happens with this. I don't really want to get cracked back for a ton of damage. Right, yeah, so there's a recital. So if we did get aggressive, we would have been massively punished. So we had the read there. Wait, I sold my liver for a deck that sucked, damn. This is the other problem, is we're playing against one of the best decks in the game right now. So this is going to be an uphill struggle no matter what. He did use... I guess Recital to protect money is, like, fine. He does get to, like, crack back and hit us here. I think the gross part about this deck... First off, Chaos Femtron is just busted. But the fact that the skill weakens by an extra 800 is so busted. And the deck just does not need that at all. I think people really underestimate that 800 nerf. Like, it's so important. Alright, we're gonna have to just find more bosses. Or we find no bosses. That's the alternative. We can send a card to Grave and get back our boss. I guess we'll flip this over. Activate the effect. We'll make it so this one can't be used. We'll then activate our skill. Then I'm going to send probably Siesta. I don't think we really need Siesta here. And we're going to send Buster Blader to Grave. Then we can normal summon Witness. Activate Witness. This gets me Buster Blader back to hand. Then I'm going to tribute both. Summon out the Buster Blader. But I'm going to just set. Go to battle and just clear over this. Then we pass. Unfortunately, not like the strongest turn, especially since his back row are probably... One of them is probably at the very least going to be a back row hate. I wouldn't be surprised if we pop both of our back row. Yeah, the 800 nerf feels so terrible to fight against, whether it's Magnum Overlord or Cyburst. Yeah, it's pretty rough. So he pops this with the skill, with the effect, then he flips this up and attacks over it. That's not looking great for us. We're not dead, though. Oh, we're just weakening that. He's really trying to preserve the cards in his deck. I mean, we have a shot at it. It's not a great shot, but a shot is a shot, I suppose. Alright, we will set this. I think we have to set this, because if he's going to flip one of our guys up, we need to save as many life points as we can. So tribute this, summon this out. We can activate the skill. Flip this over. We'll then put... Who do we want back in the deck? You probably, you're fine. Oh, we definitely want just all of these, realistically. I don't even want you then, I probably just want all of these. We could put a Karibot back, but I think we're not going to have enough life points for it to matter anyway. Then we'll set, and then we just have to hope his back row is nothing. Widespread Ruin, okay. Unfortunately, again, we have not seen Torrential... we haven't seen Tribute to the Doomed, we haven't seen Majesty, and we haven't seen Negate Attack, so once again... We have none of our outs to a maximum monster. Oh, this is the issue, is we're playing a deck tailored to beat maximums, and we're not seeing our anti-maximum cards. We're only seeing the TSA, which is just not good enough. Ah, it's annoying. Yay, maximum, we love maximums. I hate maximums. Like, I genuinely wish that all the maximum decks would just go away. We're now 0-3 with this deck, which again, we should be winning some of these games, but we are not seeing our anti-maximum cards. We haven't seen Tribute to the Doomed, Negate Attack, or Majesty in any of these games so far. Which do you prefer, Magnum Overlord or Vast Vulcan? I mean, Magnum Overlord. Right. If you're asking me which one I think is better, Overlord, like, wins easy peasy, like, without a doubt. Which one's more fun? Probably Overlord again. Say maximum mechanic and skills are the most stupid in the game. Yeah, I think the issue I have with maximums is you have to change the way you build your deck specifically to beat them, and then you can't play the cards you would use against non-maximums, which would be a lot better in those situations, because you have to play around the max. And is a little awkward. Do we want to use Essel immediately is the question. I think we will. We'll drop Essel, use the effect, mill some cards. We'll set. I'm going to tribute set out this Gaia, just because I don't want 2 tributes in hand, and there's no guarantee we can get this Gaia off, or that we won't draw another tribute monster. And we're going to set and pass. What did we mill? We milled a Karibot. Okay, so our opponent doesn't really have any information on what we might be on. Okay, we're against machines. So I basically have Blue Eyes with Force Raider just to destroy maximums and brick both. I mean, yeah. Okay, I'm not sure why he did that, but we'll take that. Well, there's Buster Blader. One back row. I think we just always do this play, right? There's no reason not to. Change this to attack. I don't think it's worth summoning this. Mind you, this could have low defense. Like, a lot of the machines do have quite low defense. It depends, like, how much are we going to risk. Oh, let's take a risk. Let's take a risk. I could use this effect to mill 2. Do I want to mill 2? I don't need to with this current setup. I think we're fine. Alright, let's see what this is. Okay, nice. We'll get in at this. And we'll go for a direct attack for 23. Okay, we've got him down to 1,000, so this is going better so far. May have better design, but Mango is too OP, so the importance in card is their effects. I mean, the problem Vast Vulcan has is a lot of its effects are kind of a bit mid. If we had the extra 2,000 life points as well, Vast Vulcan's like maximum damage output is just so low. Like, the only reason I think Vast Vulcan could potentially be good is because the skill gives it a little bit more consistency, even though it's not great. And then, like, we have 2,000 less life points. Alright, if our opponent doesn't have a second boss monster to summon, we're actually in a pretty good spot here. Only 41. Okay, okay, so this is looking pretty good. That's a very funny draw. So that doesn't do anything anymore. We still have that to use. Siesta Torero can put cards back to the top, but then we'd lose access to our piercing, which we don't... I suppose it doesn't... No, I guess it's still better either way. We want to get the cards out of our hand, right? So we'll normal summon Siesta. We are going to activate Siesta Torero. So I want to put some cards back in the deck. Specifically, I guess I want you... I'm kind of happy with you being in the graveyard, to be honest. So I guess we're going to do these 3. We'll flip you down. Then we're going to go 1. We're going to go 2. We're going to summon out the Piercing Samurai. We're going to activate Piercing Samurai effect. That's not the end of the world, that mill. We'll set this, go to battle, swing. So this should be dead either way, unless he's gotten 2 very specific trap cards. Okay, that's fine then. We don't get any more damage in, because we would have been able to close out the game, right? But it's fine. Plant's best deck. I mean, if you can make Plant's best deck, I'm happy to watch it happen. Please stop popping all of my good back row. We finally drew our 2 good back row in the deck. Well, I suppose we haven't found our third. We still have Slime. But, oh, there's no way he is, like, a big lethal play, right? No. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. That is very greedy. That back row must be really good. The question now is, do we summon this and go for the piercing? What has he used already? He still has his legend trap. We don't have any way to turn his trap off. Alright, we'll normal summon Witness. We're going to activate Witness. There goes my other good trap. That's a shame, but it is what it is. Summon this out. Then we're going to go ahead and tribute 2 monsters. Then we're going to summon this. We're going to activate its effect. Give this piercing. Then I'm going to tribute this and this. Set this. Activate the skill. Go to battle. He had the negate attack! Oh, so he's on the 1 aim eagle. We still could die if he gets very lucky. If he gets very lucky, we could just die here. How many has he got? He's got 1, 2. He's even playing Ultimate Flag Mech Ace Breaker, so he's only going to have a maximum of 1. So he's drawn the 1 of Amigal. Now he needs to have the 1 of Mirror Innovator in hand. Okay, okay. So it's looking okay for us. Oh, come on. Oh my god. I think this... Alright, first off, he's played this very badly. He should have given this the extra bonus, so he can get the Pierce attack over this, and then this just clears. Is that better? Is this lethal? That's what, 20? That is just 22. Yeah, that's just lethal anyway. It did not matter. We just got utterly sacked there. There's nothing we could have done there, unfortunately. I think we played that better than him, but he is playing a better deck, and he drew better than us. That's all that came down to. Like, we drew 2 of our good back row. They both got popped. Then we drew out our third, or then we milled our third from the top of our deck. This is a struggle. This is a real struggle. Guys, you want to feel lucky? No, they're not in the negate attack. Today I got UR from Monoset from the last pack. I think in total today, after going through the box 3 times, I ended up saving a total of like 6 packs. So like, you know, I saved barely any gems, right? It's pretty trash. That's what, 300 gems? Right, Swift Gaia. Do we just summon the Swift Gaia here? I think we do. I just don't want it in my hand right now is the issue. Like, I don't think we're going to have a good opportunity to, like, get this out again. So I think we will just do this. Swift Gaia is a really weird card where sometimes it's really, really good and sometimes it's just, like, regular Gaia, basically. That is a very telling mill. Unfortunately, that means we're against, yeah, Magnum Overlord again, which means, again, our skill is dead. And our Forever Freeze is dead. Go for it, mate. Okay, that's fine. Forever Freeze being stuck on the field permanently, though, is really going to be annoying. So I guarantee when he draws his back row hate, he's going to avoid it. Avoid it like the plague. Well, we can afford to get aggressive now, which is at least something. I guess we're probably going to set that. Or we could attack over it with that. That's not a bad shout either. We could just leave this on field as well. We'll change this to attack. I think we'll go for set. Set. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Unfortunately, we can't get... Oh, we can normal summon this. Oh, no, because it's the only card in our hand. We'd have to tribute 2. This being stuck in our hand, because this is stuck on the field, means we can't get the third monster out. And we can't use our skill, so we just go straight to battle. We'll just clear this, and we'll clear this. So we're in a pretty okay spot, because we have the negate attack. The only thing we would really like to be really safe is to find a goat and have that be in the graveyard. Then we'll be fine. I like Freeze Trap. Haven't tried yet, though. Freeze is, again, it's only in here because... our deck needs to, in order to get damage in, we need to summon out a big board and have a Piercing Samurai, so we need to have 3 face-up monsters, and Doom Metal would absolutely punish us. So Forever Freeze is in here because, at a tournament level, we're seeing a lot of Royal Rebels being played right now. But maybe for ladder, Forever Freeze is not a great option. But then again, if we do run into a Rebel on ladder, it's still going to feel like ass if we don't have Forever Freeze. Tribute to, why are we activating Tribute to the Doomed after doing all of this? The problem is we can't use our back row. Because we need it for if he maximum summons. This is our security blanket that lets us go aggressive. Okay. So we'll set. Normal summon. So now we have Goat. So now we can potentially start to not care as much. I guess we'll just swing over this. We're all kind of bricked up right now. It might be worth stopping an attack. It's a tricky one. It's so tricky. It's so tricky. Too bad. It's just card revitalization. Hey Tomato, did you have? Do you? I mean, we have 3 copies of everything. So yes. That is weird. I think we are going to do this now, just because I want to unbrick this hand. We do have protection elsewhere. We just have to hope it doesn't get popped. This is so annoying as a hand. Okay. This is infuriating, this hand. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'd have to use the skill. Get that gone. Put that in grave. Oh, that's so bad. I don't even think we bothered doing that. I think we just set this. We set this. Then we just go straight to battle, and we just attack over this. Oh my god. This is so frustrating. Please, please do not... Okay, that's fine. That is fine. If you could hit this, though, that would be great. If you could just hit my Forever Freeze, I would be so thankful. Yeah, that's fine. You can have that. Tribute to the Doomed now is also very weird. I think we just set. We set. We go to battle again and we just win. Again, we can't empty our hand. We're not drawing enough normal summons. I would love to get this out and have a Piercing Samurai go to town, but we're not in a situation where we can make that happen. I mean, Card of Destruction is way more powerful than Revitalization. I mean, it depends how you look, like what you're doing with it, what your plan is, etc. Yeah, that's fine. You can have the goat. I don't mind you having the goat. Alright, draw for turn. Another boss? Could I please empty my hand? Oh, this is frustrating. Okay. We don't care about the little bit of damage, so we'll summon out the Siesta. We're going to use Siesta's effect and just put some cards back into our deck. You going back in's good. You two are probably worth putting in as well. Oh no, we need the other Siesta. Like 100% need the other Siesta. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll flip this down. We will then go straight to battle. We'll swing over this. Now this is the other problem, is we're only drawing 1 card each turn. On the plus side, we are very much set up to deal with the max when it comes out, as long as our back row doesn't get popped. I remember Shizu uses Tribute of Doom, and Tribute of Doomed. I mean, we've been in a bit of a struggle here to do much of anything this whole game, but again, we've built the deck to be able to survive this. So we'll stop that. Now it's going to come down to what that back row is, I guess. Alright, we'll go Tribute to the Doomed. Discard, pop this. And there we go, we finally have a win! We finally won a game! A very, very awkward game, but we did finally find it. We've also played against... Today, every single game has been against a maximum deck, except one. So, there is that. Alright, well, at the very least we have a win on the board. It might not be much, but we will take it. Okay, let's see what our next game is going to be against. Gavin. So this could be Ice Arc, or this could just be anyone using one of the new skills. Okay, so I would expect this to just be one of the new skills. Let's see what we get. Piercing Samurai is fine. I don't think we're going to want a Siesta Torero this early. I think we just do this. I'd really like to have a back row here, but it is what it is. It ain't much, but it's honest work. I can learn from you how to counter maximum cards. I mean, countering maximum... Okay, it's Harpies. We're not really built for Harpies. We could take a lot of damage against Harpies. We have very low attack monsters. Especially with this board. I mean, we could get the 33% and he could hit our... nah. I mean, that's the middle of the pack, right? I mean, it's still quite bad because his 300 is quite low, but... The issue is, I reckon he's going to attack straight across here, and we're going to lose all of our board. Yeah. Which is a shame, because now we're on the back foot. And Harpies is another deck that completely plays under our skill, which really does suck. Although we shouldn't be expecting to see too many Harpy players, so maybe it won't be that bad. Right, we'll tribute these, summon this, set this, normal summon this without a tribute. I keep clicking the wrong one there. Normal summon without a tribute. Then we go straight to battle, and we attack it with this because we don't want to lose it to a stupid thing. I guess we'll just clear over this. I don't think there's much of a point to worry about the bird. Yeah, we don't want to lose our Buster Blader to counter pigeons, which is why we had to attack in that order. If he just has middle... Okay, he looks like he doesn't have middle max. Otherwise, I think he would have just dropped it down instead of getting this back. Giving away the Buffered Slime. What is in your hand that you're willing to give away Buffered Slime? Or we just needed a way to out? But that doesn't on its own out Buster Blader. That he can crash. Unless the last card in hand is middle max and we're just getting really greedy. That could be it. Just like, no. But we're just going to clear the Gaia, or are we going to crash? There's no way we crash, right? We just clear the Gaia. Yeah, okay, okay. So, there's still a chance this could be a counter pigeons. Urashima Warrior is very funny here. How do we want to do this? I could activate this, but I don't really think it's worth it. This is completely dead, though. That would mean having 2 cards left in hand. Ugh. Right, we are going to go Urashima Warrior. We're going to activate its effect. We're going to put this goat back in my deck. Then we're going to make it so this card can attack and not really give a shit. Then we're going to set this, and we're going to set this. It's super greedy to keep this in hand, but I am actually going to keep the Forever Freeze in hand for the discard. Then we're going to go straight to battle. We'll attack over this, and he can't use trap cards. So if he has got his smelly trap, he can't use it. Let me just pass. I remember a game called Vanguard. They copy Buster Blader. I mean, Vanguard's a cool game. I haven't played it in a while, I guess, but I really like Cardfight Vanguard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Unfortunately for you, you've, for some reason, put all of your winged beasts back. You could have just left Bird in Grave. I mean, this is fine. Just toggle off to save time. We do not mind losing Buster Blader. It's not that much life points as well, which is quite nice. 3 back rows a little bit scary. Not gonna lie. Especially if we're not seeing boss monsters. So we need to maintain the Torero. We could summon it and try and attack over, but I don't think it's going to be worth. I think we're just going to go on the defensive. Now, if our opponent does summon out a Harpy Lady Sisters, he can flip this up. And if he flips up Babysitter Goat, that's very punishing. Unfortunately as well, our life points are exactly 3,000. So if we want to activate our trap card, we're paying 2k right now. Please just do not hit the wrong one, right? There are 2 correct answers. We have a 66% chance for him to not hit. Okay, there we go. That's middle of the pack. We'll take that again. Vanguard has same storyline Yu-Gi-Oh! Only gameplay and rules is different. I mean, that's fine. Alright, can we see some boss monsters? Let's draw some boss monsters. I want to play the game. I mean, that does get us a boss monster. We'll flip up our Beast Boltricorn. Target this. Then we normal summon Witness. Activate Witness. This gets us our Buster Blader. Then we'll summon out Siesta Torero. Activate Siesta Torero's effect. We'll put back... We really need to get some of these boss monsters back in the deck. And we need the Siesta Torero back. I mean, I guess we've changed this to face down, right? Then we're going to Tribute 1, Tribute 2. I think it's probably better to leave the Siesta. Summon this out. Now I'm going to... Are we going to activate Tribute to the Doomed? I mean, potentially. I kind of just need the room more than anything. That's where I'm, like, leaning right now. So we'll get rid of that. This will let us set this. Then... I guess we'll do TSA as well. Like, it's not going to end the game, but it does put us in a much better position to just have access to these cards. It also makes our deck bigger. Yeah, I think it has to be this. What we should have done is probably killed the other one, but I guess it depends what his trap cards are, because if he does have traps to stop us from attacking, this is still the better way to handle this. So we'll attack into this, see what he does. He might have counter pigeons here, which would only reduce by 300. So it comes down to what back row he's got. So technically, this is like a bad way to do this, because we could have attacked over the Harpy Lady Sisters. But if we did it that way, it creates a weird dilemma where depending on his legend trap, because if he does have the negate attack and we attacked in that order, then he gets to keep the Harpy Lady Sisters for the following turn. So we just played to our outs as best we could, basically. Tomato Sauce is British, yes he is. Now that's why you never should meet your heroes. Wow, okay. Okay, Dr. Dinosaurio. I was a fan of the fossils, but now I'm starting to lean away from them, you know, maybe? True that Rush Duel is a reboot. Is it true that Rush Duel is a reboot of Yu-Gi-Oh? Not really. Like, kind of if you squint at it, but not really. Now behold, my finisher, Urashima Warrior. By using its effect, I shuffle a 0 attack monster from my deck back. Then we summon out our mighty Piercing Samurai. We can use its effect to give our Buster Blader piercing this turn. Following that, we tribute 2 monsters. To summon Gaia. Then we summon the Piercing Samurai. We then activate Piercing Samurai's effect to give this piercing. Then we go to battle phase. If we attack over this, it's 12, so we have a better chance of just winning if we attack one of these. Unfortunately, that is not lethal, but that is. Okay, he didn't have any of his back row. So we made it so that Urashima Sage makes it so that the monster attacking, your opponent can't activate trap cards in response to its attack. So if that monster did have 200 less attack, we could have just won on that attack, but... Alright. So we've actually managed to win 2 games. Now, to be fair, again, that was against Harpies, which I think is a very similar power level deck to this one. So maybe not, like, the best example. Right, we'll try and squeeze one more game in, but we might have to surrender this game because the Angel Cup does start in 10 minutes. But we'll see if we can squeeze one more game in. Oh, it's the Asana Mirror. We have already had one of these. Hey, Tomato, would it be better if Jaden best Yugi in their duel or not? Would it be better if Jaden beat Yugi? It's one of those weird, like, scenarios where both of them kind of have terrible decks. And if you look at, like, their modern retrain decks, they're both still kind of terrible decks. I think out of the two, I prefer Yugi as a character, but I prefer Jaden's deck. Okay. This is a weird hand. Let's just go aggro. Let's just see what happens. We'll set. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Summon the boy. Normal. Activate Piercing Samurai. Boost this up. Go to battle. Swing with Piercing. Swing direct. Swing direct. Okay, well sometimes you don't get punished when you go full aggro. We still could die here. We have just gotten rid of one of our anti-maximum cards. If he does just hard draw the max, we are probably in struggle street. We have to draw the out. This is how I mirror Vanguard though. I love heroes though. I mean, heroes are cool. I really like heroes. This is a weird hand. And we always Piercing Samurai here. I mean, we just attack, right? He's going to have back row to stop us. We could tribute out just to get our hand a little emptier, but I don't think it's worth it. Right now, we have constant piercing threat. So now he has to use something. And then we just pass. So we're going up to 6 cards next turn, which is fine. Especially if we draw something good. Just gives us extra cards to work with. So he has to answer this. He has to answer Piercing Samurai. Right, so we're going to tribute both, summon out Bill Dragon, flip over our field spell, gain the extra 400 attack, use this effect, bring back what? Shovelon? Oh, we have got Big Roller in the graveyard. Okay, so we're going to bring back Big Roller. Use the skill just to gain 100 attack. Oh, we have activated this turn actually, so we can bring back a level 3 back to hand, so he does do that. I think your opponent is in defensive. They might be trapped, but can destroy your attacking monster. I mean, yep, those are things that can happen. We'll have to wait and see what we draw here. Because we're actually in not a bad spot. Okay, that's an okay draw as well. So we're going to summon out Voltricorn. We're going to activate the effect, and we're going to turn off one of his back row. Let's turn off this one. Hope it's the right one. So we can weaken all of his cards, which is fine. We'll use Emblem of Destruction, which weakens both of those. We don't need to use the additional effect. We'll then set, followed by normal summoning by tributing 2. We'll then set, normal summon by tributing 2. Now this is where it's going to get a bit funky, because this gives me 2 chances to end the game, but also I'm now like out of resources. Boom. Alright, so we do manage to end the game. That is something. That was actually just a 3-minute game. I guess we'll try and squeeze another one in. I don't even know if that game's worth saving as a replay, to be honest. We should probably save the Harpy game, though, actually, while we think of it. So that'll be that one. Which of these losses did we want to save, actually? There was definitely a couple of good ones. That one was kind of garbage. That one's kind of garbage. That one's pretty good. We'll grab that. Alright. Is that Max? Hello, welcome on in. What do you think of Asana being in the game? I'm not going to lie, despite not ever watching Rush Duels, and I'm planning Asana's probably one of the most interesting characters. I do like Asana. I think Asana is a really cool character. The main issue I have with all of the characters in all of the Go Rush shows is they're all very young. I would just prefer the characters if they age them up a little bit. That does kind of happen after the time skip in Go Rush, but not very much, not really. But I do think out of the characters available, Asana is one of the more interesting. Oh, we actually get to use our Essel. That's exciting. I summon Rising Light Essel. Well, we do get a body. That's not a bad one. Now I can set this. We'll go ahead and tribute 2. Then we'll summon out the Piercing Samurai. Activate Piercing Samurai. swing with this. Ooh. There's an okay chance that we beat this. Oh, no. That means this is going to... That's really rough. Because that means our opponent is almost certainly playing Magnum Overlord. Okay, that's fine. Actually, probably... No, because the life point disparity is too high now. If he just hard draws the max, we're dead, and there's nothing we can do. He has to get very, 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 very lucky. But if he does, we're just dead. There's nothing we can do about it. Interesting worm deck. Wait, do you talk about our deck or their deck? Also, welcome on MBT. Really hoping next month is going to be a really good speed character, please, Yuri. I would love it to be Yuri, but I feel like we've been getting our hopes up for Yuri for so long that they're going to keep pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back. Hey, Tomato, Asana is the only duelist that has countered maximum in 7 so far. That has countered maximum. What do you mean by countered maximum? Since we're getting a new Sora skill. That's the other problem, though, is I don't know if we're going to get new actual, like, Fluffle cards, because we had a bunch, like, leaked. Right? And there was only one new Fluffle card. Now, obviously, that was not enough cards to be an entire box, so that's still kind of fine. 2 back row. Still 2 cards in hand. Now, these are good cards, like, in a very specific way. I guess we're gonna just do this. We'll just pop this. We'll set these. Set this. Go to battle and then just hope. Because at this point, I don't think there's really much point in doing anything else. Alright, we'll take that. We will definitely take that. We'll definitely take it. Again, I don't think that's worth saving. That's just such a non-game. Hey, Constructless Topia. Unlocked. We'll take that. Uh-oh, are there any Discord or website for Rush tournaments? I'm still newish, but I want to try my hand at them. Yes, there are. Do we have any of them, like, easy access to them? So, the best places to go are going to be Grand Harrier and Quantum Cubes Discords. They're really good for that. And also, RDL does point battles if you're interested in point battles. So if I do that, that should give you the RDL one. I really need to make commands for the others as well, really. I'm just really bad at managing my time. But again, Quantum and Grand are primarily going to be speed duel focused, but they do usually do like one Rush duel tournament every 1 or 2 weeks. Invite people. Edit invite link. No limit. So we can do that for Grand Harrier. Who is Quantum? Quantum is Quantum Cubes. He is a fantastic player. He's actually qualified to go to Rush Duel Links Worlds. Right, let's go and grab this as well. So, edit, never expire. I don't care about that. So that's Grand, and that's Quantum. Are you talking about Quantum Cube? Yes. Thank you so much. I'm following Quantum. Yeah, Quantum is great. He's a really funny guy. He's very good, very knowledgeable. He puts in the work, does the grind, and he runs the community tournaments. Yeah, Quantum does them, like, seemingly sporadically, just throughout the week. He does, like, Quantum dailies, and then occasionally he'll do a Quantum Rush daily. Alright, let us take a look. So if we grab this, change this to this, we can have a gander and see how many people signed up for this event. So it starts in about a minute. Do you know Chaos so far? I do not know who Chaos is by just the word Chaos. Looks like we've got an okay. We've got an 18-player tournament. We've got Nows in here. We've got Profear. Don't know if I recognize the other names. This looks familiar. I don't know if Gozu's in here as well. I don't know what Gozu's Japanese name is. Alright, let's take a gander. Right, the brackets haven't been finalized just yet. They said Chaos won for the strongest duelist in Quantum's participants. Gozu is 9th? Okay. Let's have a look. Where is it? Now, I need to remember this image. This is how I identify Gozu, is this picture on Tournamel. So, like, I need to just remember it's that picture. Anyway, he's gonna chill. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, Max. Really do appreciate it. Obviously, it's always nice to catch up and speak to a fellow Arc V enjoyer or Arc 5 enjoyer. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll see the next month updates. I mean, hopefully. Hey, Sean. Welcome on in, Sean. What we should do is, if we can remember... I need to make more commands. Really? Why am I so bad? Is that gonna work? There we go. There's the shout out. There's the shout out. Alright, we do have our round up, so we actually need to go and find our game real quick. So it is here. I guess if we come over here, we can refresh this. Oh, I haven't actually sorted out my translations yet, so... well, I can actually communicate. Alright, we'll do that. And while this is up, we will go and join our room so people cannot see my very private room ID. Okay, so just translate what our opponent said. How have I managed to, like, do this backwards? So, do that, do that. Okay, so we do that. Now we can reveal our... that's the wrong button. We can do this. And then we can actually watch the game. Alright, we are probably, by the way, going to lose very hard. I would not be surprised if we absolutely scrub out 2-0, because if anyone is playing any of the old decks, they are just so much stronger than our deck. And it looks like we're going to be against, from the get-go, a Cyburst player. So we're not like... it's not impossible for us to win, but it's very unlikely. So we're going to have to see how this actually does. Unfortunately, this hand... it's not ideal. This would be a much better going second hand, but let's see what our opponent has for us. Damn, Buster sucks. Buster is definitely not great. It's not fantastic. I would say that. Did you submit the deck? Yeah, we submitted the deck. We submitted the deck ahead of time. Buster is not weak, just need a strategy to make it work. I think there's only so much you can do with the card pool available. That's going to be the issue. It's better than Vulcan, I'll give it that. I mean, I would agree. These are cards. These are all cards. How do we want to go about this? We probably want to keep this on field. It comes down to what its back row is. We can't really predict any of it, so I guess we'll just flip Essel. Activate the effect to get more cards in grave. That's okay. Then... we probably want you in the graveyard. So I'll go ahead and tribute these. Summon this out. Normal summon. Let's just put more cards in the graveyard for now. That's not terrible. Set this. Then we'll just go straight to battle. We'll just swing. That's what he's got. If he wants to use back row on this, that's fine. The only, like, really big punish would be exactly Widespread Ruin. Like, it would suck, but, like, it's not awful. Like, that means widespread's gone, right? So we can actually push in against stuff that matters. They just found out about your channel. Love to see more Rush content. Oh, Heavenly Bliss. Okay. We are trying out the new stuff. That's fine. So you're just going to save yourself 1200 damage. You do get to pop one of my back row. Ooh. That's actually a very interesting thing. I didn't actually think about that. That is very interesting. Be able to use it on just the middle piece on its own. Oh, those are good mills. You got a max piece and you got the Hydron. And a double Chaos Femtron. Oh, that's so gross. Double Hydron as well off of the mills. Our opponent is getting very, very lucky right now. This isn't great. This is not looking great. There is a new clue in Go Rush that Yuga never returned to the future just yet. I mean, we will have to wait and see. Is this a post-list tournament? Is this a post-list tourney? Yes, I believe so. I hope it is. Yes, it is. 100% is. Because you have to declare what deck you're playing at the start, and Buster Blade was on the list. And the dual rooms are unlimited, yeah. So everyone should be playing with nerfed skills. I mean, either way, it doesn't really make much difference to me. So he's going to use the Hydron, gets the draw, tribute, summon out the other Hydron. Oh, this is so very, very rough for us. I mean, there's a reason this is one of the best decks in the game, right? God, we take so much damage as well. Like, it hurts so much. Oh. That is weird. I'm not sure why we prioritize that, but that's fine. So we can now, if we want, go for big draws. What do we have currently in the grave? We've got the goats where we want them. Got that. I mean, I guess we have to try and clear some of this. So we'll go ahead and activate this. We're going to just bin this. And we're going to send this. We'll summon. Activate the effect. Bring this back to hand. Then I'm going to... There's like no actual good way to do this. So this is going to be really awkward no matter how we do it. So we're going to tribute 2. We're going to summon this out. We're going to normal summon Urashima. We're going to activate Urashima. We'll pop this back. We'll set. Then, so I could reduce this by an extra 16, which means I would be able to clear it. I think this is worth doing. The issue is it puts us in a bit of a precarious spot for dealing with some very specific cards. I don't think we need that back in. I think we'll just put this. I think we have to prioritize just clearing everything right now. So he can't use anything on this attack. He can use something on this attack. He's going to go for the widespread. Okay, so we still get to clear the board. All things considered, that could have gone so much worse. When I watched the episode, I found out the cat beside Dark Master is like Yuga. Feels like the set should have come out 2 products ago. I mean, it does a little bit, to be honest. Unfortunately, losing our back row really stings here. We might just be dead, because this deck can just pull a massive board out of its ass from nowhere. Dark Master... Bury the Light is such a tune. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so he's got the Receptacle Manny. That's going to be what? That's 30... That's only 38 right now. So we are living right now. Okay, back row is a little bit scary. What has he used? He's already used a Legend Trap. If he is drawn into his slime, then we're just boned no matter what, I think. Well, we go Witness. We activate Witness. We grab this back. I think it comes down to if he's drawn slime, the game's over. There's nothing we can do. If he hasn't drawn slime, then obviously we have a chance. We activate this. So we can change his guy to defense if we want. Then we don't get the full piercing effect. I mean, if he's got slime, again, we're dead anyway, so I don't think it matters. This is our last out to the max, so if we don't kill him here and he does max us, the game is also over. If we lose the 500 attack, that's fine. If we leave these in attack, we're dead anyway. So I think we just weaken this by 14. That would put it down to 400. Which means we're hitting for like 27. Unless he's playing very specific back row, he'd be dead anyway. But I think we do this. We'll go 1, 2, 3. And then we'll put that back. Oh, there's a win. There is one win. Okay, we were kind of chilling there because he would have needed exactly slime to, like, really punish us there. Let me join. Uh-oh. I think we pressed it at the same time there. Alright, game 2. Game 2. Click the dialogue option. Why would we click the dialogue option, Dwan? What does it do other than just change the image? Do you not have spell trap removal? Not in this build. So the reason we don't have spell trap removal is because either we would have to rely on getting double warriors on the field to use it, or we would have to play Ghost Cyclone, and we didn't really... We're going first again with Essel. This is sad. Very sad. I think we just chill. Do I want to put more monsters in the graveyard with this? I mean, I kind of do, but I don't want to leave it in attack mode. That's just like begging to get hit for so much. I've been trying Construction Worm, not doing so well. I mean, I think, like we say, all of the new decks, I feel like they're going to be struggling a little bit. If it says Duel in Progress and it doesn't like... Oh, there we go. There's the turn. The turn... This is his first turn. He's just summoned the max. Okay, we're not in a terrible spot because he hasn't got any cards left. So we can use our TSA. As long as we don't hard brick, we're fine. Okay, we flip this up. Activate. We just need to hit monsters. Okay, we hit 2 monsters. We're fine. So now we set Tribute 2. Summon this. Activate the skill. Activate the TSA. Then we're putting back you. We're putting you back. I mean, I guess. Weaken this. Then we're just going to go and get damage in with Siesta Torero, I think. Smack over that. Smack him for 12. Pass turn. Okay, let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. Oh, we have built the deck specifically to be able to handle maximums. And now we are finally able to handle the maximums. Oh, he's got a second Chaos Femtron. Oh, he's taken that. Does that mean he's got the hard draw max again? Or is he just praying that he draws into it? Deceptical Manny. Okay, okay. That's fine. It's Quantum! Why didn't he reduce after flip instead of discarding his hand? I could not tell you why. I think we are doing this. Getting rid of this now, I don't think we're going to find better value than this. Uses Maximum Ragnarok. Puts that back. And you put that on top. Weakens our guy. Tributes for Manny. Use Manny, probably. I think here we do use King's Majesty. Now, using it here could be a mistake. But I think it's still better to use it. Oh, we can't use it because... Oh, our graveyard isn't set up. Right. I thought we had him in grave. Who did we leave in grave? Oh, no, we left Karibot in grave. We didn't leave Goat in grave because we didn't have a Goat. How much damage is this? We could use that, discard, get it back, summon, turn that off. We'd have to lose a body. We'd have 3 bodies left. We get that back to hand. We use that to get that to hand. Then we could use that to get rid of that. We'd only have 1 body is the issue. So we'd only get him for 26. Is there no better way to do this? So we could summon, don't use that, use the effect to flip down. Attack over it with one of those. We'd still have to lose that. We'd still only get him for 26, but we would maintain all of our back row. So I think it's probably worth. Alright, so we'll start off by summoning Vulturecorn. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll just mill the Buster Blader off this. Nah. So now we want to go for the Buster Blader play. So we'll activate the skill. We'll put this in grave. Give me my Buster Blader. Normal summon Witness. Activate Witness. Put this back in our hand. So I could use this, pop this, summon this, but that would be still not enough for lethal. That would be, what, 24, 30 something? I think we're better off just having the Buster Blader on the field. We'll tribute these for this. Now I can summon out Siesta Torero, flip it down, attack over it, and get him for the 26. That's probably still the best option we've got. So I'll put you back, probably you back. We're going to flip this down. Swing with this. We know we can't use his back row because we turned it off. And we get him for the 26. Now, our back row is okay. It's not necessarily fantastic. So yeah, I do not know what kind of deck to insert Vulcan into that isn't just maximum spam deck. I mean, if you can't maximum summon out Vulcan, all the pieces are like doing nothing for you, so it's a little bit awkward. To be honest, with it being Warrior, it's weird to say, but maybe a Warrior deck? Sorry, it's just that I got Vulcan and pretty much nothing else. I'm trying to make use of it. I think we were 200 off lethal. Were we 200 off? We could have done 24. Oh, that stinks. That might have just lost us the game, him hitting that. What do we have left in deck? We got 1 TSA left. And we didn't draw it. Ah, that stings, bro. That stings so much. We're not dead. We are not actually dead. But... Wait, are we dead? 4,000... No, yeah, we are dead, right? Because we summon out a 23. He flips it up, weakens it by 8, down to 15, and just attacks over us. So we are dead no matter what. Yeah, there's literally nothing. We literally would have had to draw... If he didn't hit this... I guess, to be fair, we would have had to win the 33%. He would have had to hit exactly this. I mean... We'll press the buttons. So close! We are so close! We just can't quite find it. I mean, we'll do what we can, but we are dead. There's nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. Alright. I mean, we'll just let him finish us off. Wait, could we have survived if we just didn't set monsters? Mind you, we would have had to draw exactly the card off the top. No, because we would have needed something because he can use the effect to pop. So we needed something on the board either way. I mean, we know we're dead. There's nothing we can do about it. Our only hope is that, like, our opponent overthinks this, but I don't know how they could not find lethal, right? Even if he just weakens Buster Blader, right? He'll go down by 800. That puts it down to, like, what, 18? Which is 100 over lethal. Worm should have a skill to have Blistopia at the start along with another effect. Well, I mean, they kind of have a skill that does that. Yeah, there's nothing we could do there, unfortunately. There's nothing we could realistically do there. But we still have one more chance. We still have one more chance. I think we still played that really well. I don't think we could have played that better. Alright, let's see. Yeah, if we had the negate attack, obviously it would have been really, really good, but we can't expect to have absolutely everything. We did already see a TSA, a Majesty, and a Tribute to the Doomed. We're going first again. We've opened Essel all 3 games and gone first all 3 games. Which, like, depending on your perspective, is either really, really lucky or really, really unlucky. Alright. Let's see what he's got. Alright, at least he's not, by the look of it, maximum summoning on turn 1. However, because he's open Chaos Femtron, he could very easily here go double boss and a 3rd monster, which is the strongest open the Cyberse deck has. So he is playing triple head. Gets back Receptacle Manny. If we just summon Manny and pass, we're feeling pretty good here. The back row as well. Okay, that's fine. We couldn't, like, again, we couldn't expect everything. Alright, we just need playable. Just give us, like, a boss. That is a boss. So we can flip one down. That's probably just worth doing regardless. I don't think it's worth using all of our back row here. We will summon this. We will activate the effect. So now it comes down to how aggressive do we want to get versus how much... I think we're going to get aggressive. This might end up backfiring, but I do want to get some big damage in if we can, while we can. So go ahead and activate Emblem of Dragon Destruction. Then we're going to activate Siesta Torero. We're going to put back... probably just this, right? Has to be this that gets flipped down. We'll go to battle. Then I guess we'll swing with this first. To play around all of his shit. Then we'll swing with this. This is probably going to be the Bliss Trap. Who gets to hit something. Probably a back row. Oh, he's just preserving the 1,000 life. Oh, no, he gets to hit that as well. Yeah, okay. Okay, our back row is still quite nice, right? We still have okay back row. The problem is if he just pops a ton of it. Please stop drawing Chaos Femtrons. And there's the Attribute to hand. I mean, we're still okay right now. Summons that. So does that mean he's going to use Maximum Ragnarok on both of his guys? Probably. 1, 2. Could be both. So Attribute definitely coming down. The other one is either going to be another Attribute or a Manny. Because we know that all of his heads are in the graveyard. There's another Manny in the grave. Okay, double Attribute. That is catastrophic, really. So that's what, 25? And then that will be 12? That puts me very, very low. I think we probably just use this. Because only using the 2000 means we don't just instantly die to the... this is it's awkward, but I think I like doing this. Because now we don't just instantly die to Maximum Summon. Which we know he has a lot of ways to put cards back into his deck. And like... the issue this deck is always going to have is that we are going to always struggle to just deal with the max once it's hit the board. So we're going to go Emblem here. We are going to be sending. So we'll send this and this. We're going to summon out Witness, activate Witness. We'll take this back. Now is where stuff gets a little bit funky. I don't think we want to use your effect. We do want to just get this out. So now it's going to come down to, are we using our Tribute to the Doomed? If we leave it, we're basically guaranteeing that we're going to lose our Buster Blader. If we... it's a very awkward situation. I think we do just do this, to be honest. We're going to try and clear one of these. So he does. Has the widespread anyway. Okay. I guess now we want him to maximum summon against us. We need him to not see back row hate. How many has he already seen? Probably just the one, right? He hasn't seen any. Oh god, we're probably dead then. We've got to be dead here. We've got to be dead here. There's no way we survive this. Not milling any back row hate as well. Okay, okay. So we take this. Then we stop this. But now, again, we're in the same situation where maximum is very detrimental to us. It's got what? All three of those are in the graveyard currently. We can turn off his back row. We can... Actually, winning is going to be the issue here. And not decking ourselves out. How many cards have we got left? Do we have a TSA left? Or do we have a TSA and Torero. He still has Slime. But I don't think life points matter too much at this point. I think we're better off just, like, leaving this here. No, we're going to do this. We're going to go Tribute to the Doomed, because I want the hand empty. Now, do we use this, is the question. He's going to have back row hate, so this is going to get popped. So... I think we don't. I think we just chill. We'll sort out our music in a sec. We go Emblem of Dragon Destruction. We go battle, we just swing. We pass. Okay, he only draws one card. So now he needs to go Perceptical Manny. I think Buster Blader skill is lack of powerful monsters that can stay on the field. Yeah, I mean, if you like draw all of them, you could be in a pretty good spot, but straight to battle phase. Yes, that's fine. That's also fine. He must have slime back there. We don't really have a good way to turn slime off. I mean, we have to do something. The issue is we don't want to mill. Because if we mill, we could hit our last Torero. So I think we always have to activate this. Well, we have another Torero in our deck anyway, right? Or in our graveyard, so we just get that back. We'll put this back, and we'll probably get this back. I think these are fine. Weaken one of these. Now is where things get a little bit funky, because it's like, if we play too many cards, we could just die. So I think we set this all the time. I think we always set this. I think we set this, and then we'll just go battle and attack over this. That's what he does. Because we need to get to a situation where we need to leave him with face-up monsters. This is now like a war of not decking out. That's what this game is. We need to leave him with a face-up monster. Particle acceleration. Okay. Hitting that does kind of sting. Monster reincarnation. What's he going to do? Take the head back? Oh, man. If he takes back the max now, we are just... Yeah, we are dead. We are dead. No! We tried. We tried so hard. But he hit the right one off the 50-50. I mean, to be fair, he knew this one could be activated. Yeah. Ah, that's a shame. Alright, so he wins both. No, don't do that. Why would you do that? Tonemel is like so garbage sometimes. Alright. That's what he said to us. He said thank you for the game. Okay. Wait, did he say that? He said thank you for the match. Okay. Oh, yeah, we tried. We tried. Overall, I think we did as good as we could have. It basically came down to, did he find back row hate? Because we were in a situation where we could have just kept using Siesta Torero. So he needs to have face-up monsters, but we deliberately left him with a face-up monster so we can use Siesta Torero at least one time. At that point, as long as we can keep killing his monsters, he has to keep drawing more cards. Even if he can keep putting a card back to the top, eventually he either runs out of monsters or loses the game, right? The downside is we just didn't have anything to counter him. We had the negate attack, but he just didn't care because he had back row removal. And he knew that our negate attack could be activated because he attacked the previous turn. So he got a delay, which means like, or he would have seen the hourglass. So he would have known that we had negate attack either way. So it wasn't really a 50-50. It was like a fake 50-50. But yeah, we did our best. We tried. We already didn't have high expectations, but we did almost win games 2 and 3, right? They were very close games. Game 1, again, was also very close. Let's go and take a look and see how everyone else is doing in this tournament. Oh, someone got disqualified. So Twitch Pro Fear managed to win their game. Probably just playing Warrior, because Twitch Pro Fear just plays the exact same deck every single time. Now lost to Gozu. So that's an interesting little upset, I think. I have no idea what we would have been playing against, but Again, we came in, we tried, we did what we could. So now, we're just going to jump back in. Overall, for this deck, I think we are going to make some slight changes. I do think that Freeze is just not good in a lot of matchups. So we're going to take that out. So now the question becomes, what do we want to replace it with? Like, Freeze will be really good, I think, in tournaments. I think in tournaments it's almost a necessity. But I think in ladder, I think Freeze is going to be more detrimental than beneficial. But then the question again becomes, what do we actually want to replace it with? I mean, we could just put in one of our back row. Hey? Oh no, we can't even do that because we're playing limit 3 cards. What do we want? What do we could just put in another TSA, but that feels awful when we have this many monsters. Maybe it's not too bad because we do actually have tons of ways to mill, right? This mills 2, this mills 2, this mills 1, these all mill 1. So maybe another TSA would be okay in here. We'll see what happens. We'll try it out. You will have even better luck in Quantum. Is Quantum Rush today, Quantum? Assuming you're still here. Right, let's jump in. Let's jump in. The skill restricts what you can play as a top end so hard. Yeah, it can get a little bit rough. Yes. Oh, I'm looking forward to that then. Definitely going to be playing in the Quantum Cubes. We did post your Discord earlier, so we had people asking about tournaments. But I'm very much looking forward to that. I don't think we still have a shout out yet, because we're just a really, really lazy streamer. But we can do this. Bam! Why every time we go first do we open Essel? Every single time we go first. I mean, I guess we're just going to chill with this, right? I guess we'll just hoard the Siesta. Realistically, holding on to Witness for 2 turns does not seem worth. So is this going to be another Max player? It is another. Why is everyone playing Maximum Overlord in Gold today? It's weird. Okay, SRM hits the board. Do we have the Torna? If we don't have the Torna, we don't really care. Losing that back row is obviously quite bad, because now we need Negate Attack. We don't really want to go aggro now until we find a Negate Attack, which is super scary. S will have to be in my open hand, unless we're going second, and then she is nowhere to be seen. This is an awkward hand as well. Okay, we'll flip up Essel. We're going to activate the effect, but it's super sketch. Right, we did lose a TSA, but that's fine. Then we probably just tribute this out. Then we're going to set. I don't really want to use the Essel. I kind of want a Torero in the graveyard so I can get Torero back with Torero, I guess. We'll just go back. We'll just swing over this. This way we get rid of the threat. The life point disparity isn't that big that we're just going to like randomly die. Like, I mean, we still could die, right? He could tribute this for Torna, flip this up, use the thing, gain the 500, gain the 14, attack over that for 35 plus 5, which would be 40 plus the 14. That wouldn't actually be lethal, but like it would be close. I think the reason is too OP. I mean, we're not seeing... I mean, to be fair, again, we did talk about this in our latest video, but Magnum Overlord has just gotten a, like, indirect buff. What if we... So this must be some sort of boss. Why are we discarding that? Is that just to empty the hand? Like, we're that desperate just to get the hand empty? So we have seen double SRM and double middle piece of Maximum so far. Right, we just need a way to out this, and then we're kind of chilling. I would also, again, really like to see a Negate Attack. Ah! See, this is awkward. This is very awkward. Probably flip that down with the Torero, to be honest. I guess we flip this down, because it's just more damage that way. So we always put back Torero, we'll put back you, and then I guess we're putting back Essel. Flip this down. We'll go ahead and Tribute 2. Maybe actually I didn't want to do that, because maybe less damage was actually better. Oh well, we're going to go for it anyway. Are we? I mean, we could just not. I kind of just want to play safe, to be honest. That's kind of where we're at right now. What did he put back to the top of his deck? He put the middle piece back to the top. Okay. Because it's late season, last month I tried to COG. I played versus Magnum Overlord like every 2 to 3 games. Magnum is quite sacky, but also some gone through selection box to make it easier. I mean, that would make sense, right? If you go through this... The thing is, the selection box is, like, not cheap to go through. So I feel like the only people really going through that are going to be people that are already invested into Rush. Like, those packs are expensive. I'm so excited for the fusion monsters. I mean, yeah, they are going to be really cool when they do come out. Maximum overload. Okay, we send green. So that means he has 2 maximum pieces currently. So we know he has 2 maximum pieces. Now, what is this? Is this actually going to be the 3rd 7-Road Magician? No way, right? Okay. Change that to defense. Okay. Talismanic Seal Array. This makes the situation a... This does make things very awkward, because this now means that we can just die out of nowhere, and there's not really anything we can do about it. So that means he's got blue left, right? Oh, he's got blue and middle still. We know that card in hand is... Well, we don't actually have any idea what the card in hand is, because he could have added another Overlord. So he puts Overlord back on top. But we're now in a situation where we can just die to anything. Which is a situation I really do not like being in. Again, we have to just wait until we find our negate attack, I think. I think we're just in that situation. Because again, if he just summon the max, we do just lose. So like, we either just play like he doesn't have the max, or we play to our strengths, which is we play 2 cards that stop the maximum. We do have 2 cards to counter the maximum if it comes out, but I'll have to wait and see what he does. Gaia Beatdown, let's go. Gaia Beatdown, unironically not that terrible. How is it going with Blader? Blader is... It's going okay, to be honest. Like, we almost beat Cyburst in a tournament match, like, 3 times. We did take one of the games. We only barely lost the other 2. There goes one of my boys. There goes another one of my boys. And there goes the 3rd boy. Alright, let's see what we find. Anything good? Ooh. I mean... The main issue here is we still can't beat the maximum. But I don't think, with this hand, we're kind of being forced into making a play we don't want to make. We can't take Buster Blader back either, because then this will get stuck in our hand. So I think we have to do this. I mean, we could have done that, like, we could have used the Tribute to the Doomed to make a play, but then it's also, like, very awkward. We don't have any way to even attempt to go for lethal here, so I think we do just do this. Boop. We'll boop this as well. Get rid of it. Right. Unfortunately, none of our back row is the negate attack, which is the most important one that we need to find. New players always open random stuff. It's just weird though, because like... Oh, well, there's that. That does create some plays. The problem is we have to use this, because we're not using this right now. Although our deck is looking kind of thin. I actually think we do use Talismanic Seal Array. As weird as it is. I need cards back in the deck for sure. I mean, Piercing is going to be quite important. You're quite important. I really don't want just like more mill cards is the issue. And everything we have here just mills. Put this back in. So I'll go for this. Then we're just going to summon this. We're just going to activate this effect. We're going to target this. Why not? We're going to set this. We're just going to go straight to battle. Let's go for this. Let's attack with this. Get that big piercing in. Let's get greedy. Let's get greedy. Yeah. All right, we'll get him down to 3 hundo. Then we'll pass. All right, let's see what he's got. He needs exactly the maximum and to hit the right back row. No! Just don't have the max. Just don't have the max. No! God damn it! Oh, why are we still playing Ghost Cyclone? I suppose this is because this is still pre-ban list, right? Nah, you can go fuck yourself. I'm not letting you attack me for game. Oh, that's so bad. Ah. He played like ass as well. That's the worst part. Like, his deck is ass. He played like ass. And he's basically abusing the fact that the ban list hasn't happened yet. Otherwise, he just straight up would not be allowed to do that. This is why it's literally because he's got Ghost Cyclones. If he didn't have the Ghost Cyclones, I'd just win there. So, like, it's not even Magnum, it's Ghost Cyclone. And Ghost Cyclone is limit 3 now. So he shouldn't be allowed to do that. He's just abusing the fact that the ban list hasn't happened yet. And here's Essel right on time again. Alright, we'll set all of this. Set this to the back row and we'll just pass. Yeah, why is absolutely everyone playing Overlord? I mean, to be fair, we are playing like an anti-Overlord build. I could put in a Call of the Earthbound to be an extra anti-Overlord card, but I guarantee the second we do that, everyone will stop playing Overlord. So this could be SAR, but it also could just be Overlord again. This looks like Overlord. Right, Magical Stream, that's fine. You can hit our TTDD. Oh no, anyways, plays through Barrage. That's the thing, like, Barrage doesn't do anything against Overlord most of the time as well. It's an awkward one. Alright, let's see what we get. What's going on today? Alright, yeah, we'll just go ahead and... The most frustrating thing is, in almost every situation, you would rather go first. In almost every situation, going first is better, except if you have Essel. And we just keep going first and opening Essel, which is like the worst of both worlds. Overlord is a machine, though? It is a machine. The problem is that it's very difficult to... I think most people wouldn't play like 3 of each. Barrage and... I don't even, to be honest, really know why. I guess it doesn't really make much difference. The main issue is that people are... The only way to interact with Magnum Overlord is to stop it with trap cards. And then if you're able to just play a bunch of cards that stop trap cards, it's like, well, then I can't interact with it at all. So the game's just over. Just feels kind of bad. So stall is fine until turn 4 for Buster Blader. I mean, kind of. Like, you at the end of the day, against most decks, you can just stall forever anyway. But even then, putting Buster Blader in the graveyard doesn't actually accomplish anything, right? You still need to have Witness to get it out. Do we have... No, we don't have one in graveyard yet, so we're fine to just chill. We'll just keep chilling. We've got some okay back row currently. We do have a negate attack. If only Yuga versus Yugi finished, I would be satisfied. Not allowed to be satisfied. The only interactions are negate attack and King's Majesty. Well, Call of the Earthbound is another good interaction, to be fair. And this deck can run Earthbound. You just have to take one of the Swift Gaias out and put in a regular Gaia. And as we've seen, a lot of the time, Swift Gaia is just a Gaia anyway. I feel like 1 in every 5 or 6 games does it being a Swift Gaia actually come up. Well, we can try and get aggressive here. Obviously, it's not going to be that aggressive, but, you know, any aggression's better than no aggression, right? Don't think there's a point to sit on this. I think we just do this. Go ahead and tribute out this. Set this. Go to battle, and we'll just try and clear this. We're not trying to get damage in. If he has Curtain of Sparks, that'd actually be really funny. Because we're not playing around Curtain of Sparks. The barrier! Oh my god! Bro is playing the barrier in 2024. Okay. I mean, we did say it would be funny. So run 3 normal Gaia and limit 3s, got it. It depends on the expected matchups, right? You can get away with, like we say, just run regular Gaias and then play the limit 3s. But the only limit 3s really worth playing, again, are trap cards that specifically deal with Magnum Overlord, right? So against this matchup exactly, yeah, that'd be great. Like, Earthbound is okay into Cyburst as well. Could we just go for that? We do have a back row, but it's still super sketch. I think we do, though, right? Right, we'll go TSA. We're going to put you, and maybe not all of you. I do kind of want you and you back. We'll put all of these back in. We're going to weaken you. We're going to set. We're going to set. I'm going to tribute 2 to summon out the Gaia. I'm going to set. And then look, Swift Gaia is going to do his thing. We'll go to battle. We'll attempt to swing into this. Boom. We'll attempt to swing into this. And then we'll pass. I play Barrier as well. Don't you need 1 Swift? You do need 1 Swift. Yeah, but again, like, when are you going to play more than 2 limit 3 cards in this deck? You play Earthbound and Majesty, and that'll be it. Like, I don't think you'd ever play a second Earthbound. I don't really like the Warrior back row hate, because this deck can play a lot of not Warriors. At the end of the 7s, the Yuga, I saw Return to the Future. Go Rush is different outfit since the... I mean, you can change clothes. I think that's fine. As in, you need 4 guys. Yep, you do need 4 guys. Maybe in next season, reward will get another Buster Blader as a ranked reward. Well, I don't know if they would do that. I think we just take this hit. I think it's going to be a box seller, right? I don't think they'll give us good stuff as ranked rewards. They're going to keep giving us shit as ranked rewards. I mean, this is potentially quite a good hand. The only issue is giving this up. I guess that's kind of fine. I think we're going to do this. Tribute. Tribute. Summon this. Normal this. Activate the effect. Mill. Oh, that is a really gross mill, bro. Come on. How do we want to go about this? Probably... we're going to do this. Plays around the most. We'll activate Talismanic Seal Array. I really cannot afford to be milling more cards is the issue, but I need more normals. We'll go to battle. Swing into this. Swing into this. Why would you use the negate attack on the second attack? You wanted the space free so that you can use your skill, weaken one of my guys, get a guy out? I mean, that's fine. If you don't hit my back row, I still feel like we're in such a good position. We just need the back row to not get hit. If the back row doesn't get touched, we are fine. The only downside, other Buster Blader can't attack direct. Yeah, the other Buster Blader is so good. The main issue that this deck has is that when you use the skill, like, minus 500 on a guy is fine, but what's better than minus 500 on a guy is minus 500 on their guy and your guy gets plus 500. So, like, it makes Buster Blader really, really strong. But it does not do the same for everything else. That's the primary issue. If he doesn't set back row, do we just win if he doesn't set back row? What will we get him? Getting 700 and then we get in 500. That's 12 plus the piercing. Yeah, I think we use negate attack here. There's a high chance that we win. It depends what this back row is, what this monster is. Actually, doesn't matter either way. If we attack into this, that's 7. And then we attack into this, that just has to be 7. There's no way it has more than 1900, so we just win. Alright, we'll take it. We'll take it. He wanted low HP to OTK. The thing is, he didn't go for the OTK, right? And even so, I don't think it's a good option to take. Plus, he was low enough that he would have been able to OTK us anyway, right? Because all he needs to do is gain the difference in our life points, then gain the attack of one of our other guys, then just attack into a weaker monster, right? So, for example, there we had a 1200 attack piercing samurai, so he easily had lethal. First win? It's not our first win. We've won a lot today. Just not as much as we've lost. Okay, so he's probably playing a new skill. I don't really want to throw Buster Blader under the bus right now. So I guess we do what we haven't seen yet. We have not seen a single plant player. We have not seen a single other person playing Buster Blader. Colby is a national treasure. How are the new cards? New cards are a bit mid. We're just playing Harpies. 2 Harpy players. I suppose that's because the quality of player right now that we're playing against is pretty poor. So I don't know why we should be like expecting anyone playing anything decent. I kinda wanna just hold the Buster Blader, to be honest. I think we are going to just force this into the grave, as well as the fact that if our Buster Blader does get popped, I would rather... Because getting Buster Blader into the graveyard, first off, is not a terrible thing. Because that would then mean that we get... Okay, there's Widespread Ruin. So this is what we were worried about. This is why we didn't leave our Babysitter Goat in defense mode. And now he's in the graveyard, which is also fine. The only problem is our back row's kind of shitty. So we could just take a big chunk of damage here, and then we have to rely on hitting them on the crackback, which is going to be a little bit sketch. Don't see, don't count. It's going to be Hammer Crush. I mean, Hammer Crush wouldn't be a thingy skill, an archive skill. Just recently, follow you since I lost my account on Twitch. It's because all the Buster Blader are in COG already. I mean, probably. Still don't have Curry Bottom Grave. So that doesn't actually accomplish much. We can try to just attack over that. That's probably for the best. So summon. We'll activate Siesta. We'll put back you, you, and you. Flip this down. Then we'll summon. Activate Witness. Grab back Buster Blader. I'll put Witness back in the graveyard. Set this. Go to battle. We will attempt to attack into this. Boop. Then we'll try and get him for 11. So, probably Recital? Oh, Counter Pigeons. Okay. I do not care about Counter Pigeons. That's probably activated because his hand is bricked up with spell traps. He just wants to make room. How do you counter Harpies, though? I need advice. Countering Harpies, a lot of it comes down to, like, deck choice. Right? Because if you... Wow, we've just sent a dragon to his graveyard, so we are even stronger now! Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. That's another thing. We haven't played against any dragon decks yet. But yeah, Harpies, you don't want to have monsters that have low attack in your deck, ideally. That's kind of the step one. Because whenever they flip a guy up, they're not going to get him for, like, a chunk, like a massive hit of damage. They'll just get him for, like, a bit of damage. Harpies also have low defense, so any way to flip their attack and defense, so shield and sword, sword and shield, or something like Siesta Terrero, obviously all really good. Do we stop this just because it's really funny? I think we do. Like, this isn't even about winning or losing. This is about sticking it to the Harpy player. I mean, I could flip it down again. And then pierce over it. That seems like a good idea. How many monsters we got left in graveyard? We got some. Well, we have to do it now either way if we want to do it. So 1, 2, 3, because I need to keep him in grave. I don't like how the sad music's come on. It makes me feel like we're about to lose. Yeah, we'll get this back in grave. That's going to be our priority here. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. One more summon. Activate. We just target itself. I think that's like the safest option. Because if he does stop the attack, he stopped the weakest attack anyway. Whereas if we put it on a big guy, and he has Recital, like it really messes us up. Oh no, it's the barrier! Hey! We'll take it! So Harpies is another deck that plays below the skill. Yeah, unfortunately. There's only 3 decks in the game that play below the skill, and 2 of those decks are quite low, like, tiered decks. But there are still 3 decks that play below the skill. Where are all the Blue Eyes players as well? Have all the Blue Eyes players already made it to COG because it's just that much better than Overlord and Harpies, which are like the free-to-play decks? My Justice Blue Eyes is still a very free-to-play deck. It's Nail Sionji. So this could be aggro, or this could be Cyburst, that's the word. Brain did not worky then. We're going second and we have Essel, the chosen one. Right, watch Essel whiff hard. We're gonna hit 2 spells. They're in gold. We're in gold. Summon Essel. Here we go. Here we go. We're gonna whiff hard. Oh, guys, guess what? We get to bring back Karibot. Out you come, buddy. Alright, we actually have to do it this way. We have to summon out Piercing Samurai, give itself piercing, before we tribute these 2, to summon out the Gaia, and then we swing. Marvelous. Your deck looked like my deck, except I don't play King Majesty and Kuribo. Instead, I play the zombie package for the Urashima effect. Remember, we have the Urashima. Urashima also happens to work with the Babysitter Goat. But the primary problem that Buster Blader is going to have is it sucks. It absolutely sucks at dealing with maximums. That is always going to be its weakness. You have to use exactly Tribute to the Doomed, which you don't want to play because you want to play Warrior Returning Alive because that works with the deck. Or you have to use Talismanic Seal Array, which has its own problems, right? If you use Talismanic Seal Array and then your opponent stops your attack with anything, it now really hurts you, right? It's very awkward. It's very, very awkward. So we've tried to stave off, like, dying to, like, Magnum Overlord by playing stuff like King's Majesty. It's only one card, right? But it still lets us run the 0 attack to play with Sage, as well as gives us an out to the maximum. And it's just good in every matchup as well. Like, there's no matchup it's bad in. We have plays here. I guess we probably go for that. The problem is we can't out both of his monsters. Well, I guess we'll do what we can. So go Emblem of Dragon Destruction. We will use the effect, and we'll just get rid of our Gaia. We'll send this to Grave. We'll normal Karibot. Activate the effect of Karibot. Grab back Karibot. Normal Witness. Activate Witness. Grab this back to our hand. Normal Summon. The problem is he's probably going to have a Widespread, which he's just found in the top 7 cards of his deck, and then we're just going to feel very sad. Right, this is my prediction, right? This is my prediction. He's going to have a Widespread face down, and the next turn he's going to pop both of our back row. That is my prediction. Behold my omnipotence. We were wrong! Doesn't happen often. Alright, let's see what he's got. For the all of that stuff, holy, can we please limit to middle maximum piece? Middle maximum piece, I'm getting tired of playing correctly and getting punished. The problem is that limit 2ing it just means you can now play other limit 3 cards, which might be more annoying. It's a weird thing to balance. Yeah, it's capped by 3 for decks at the gate. I would have been great day 1, to be honest. On top, your only boss monsters are limited to Gaias. On top of your only boss monsters limited to Gaias. What the first part of that sentence? Thought we were in silver. No, we're not in silver. Yeah, our boss monsters limited to Gaias is very... Like, if we had the Legendary Swordsman, I actually think this deck would be really strong. But I think it's being held back quite a lot right now. I mean, I think we just let this go. Or is this kind of a use it or lose it kind of situation? Because he's probably going to pop this on a following turn. No, I think we just let this go. It's awkward. I think we do this, though. Activate the effect. Want you back. I don't think I can afford to pay the life points to keep getting some of this other stuff back. I mean, we'll put a body back. Down you go. Set this. Then... Do we already have a goat engrave? That's the next question. We do. So I'm actually going to set this, because we're not going to want it to be milling anymore. See if he uses back row to protect this. It doesn't bother. Okay. It's not looking great. If he summons the max at any point, we are in a bit of an awkward spot. Okay, that's kind of okay. Is that just to make room, though? Is he just going to drop some back row hate? This deck seems so ass. Is there a card that counter maximum? I mean, it depends what you mean by counter. Negate attack, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's a good example of one which like will work on maximums. Haven't been in a game yet. I mean, Legendary Swordsman could come as a lifetime reward. Again, I really think Legendary Swordsman is a box seller. I think they would not give a card that good outside of a box. And probably, they might even put it in like a selection box. Like it is a box seller. People will open packs to get that card. Could come as a lifetime reward. New selection box next week, surely. Are we getting one next week? Because that would be oof. What is the Buster Blader archetype? What is the Buster Blader archetype? I mean, there aren't that many cards in it. There's like an equip spell. I mean, we have to stop the stack or we die, so... We still got to play through 3 back row, though. This is not looking ideal, is it? I mean, we just do what we can. At this point, we can't really afford to, like, do much of anything, to be honest. So we're just going to play every card we've got and then kind of hope. Tribute that, get that out. Alright, this is where it gets a bit funky. We're going to set... No, it doesn't matter, because if we summon anything, and he summons the max, he'd have to hard draw the max, though. He's got so many copies of it left in his deck. If we clear these, that'd be 500 plus 16, which is 21. But he's got 3 back row. And he's used all 3 back row hate, and we have no back row of our own, which is very sad. I think we set this, because he's going to have trap cards to stop us. Are we dead? We're going to lose 900 attack plus 800 attack, which is going to be 16. So this is going to go down to... what's that, 700? He only needs to get to 35 to kill us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... So he's getting up to 32. So we're not dead at the moment, I think. I mean, again, he could just summon the max and then we're dead. He could activate TSA and then we're dead. Have you tested worms or plants yet? No, we have not. We've literally just tested Buster Blader so far. I smell a slime ball. I'm joking. Are they buffered? I hope we get fusions in September instead of equips. Well, there's no way we get equips, right? Surely there's no way we get equips. Surely there's no way we get equips. Alright, I wasn't even paying attention. He summoned out a second big boy. That was just lethal then. I mean, it is what it is. Hey, we get another skill unlock though. Slowly unlocking those Asana skills. And Asana unlock, so we'll eventually get to play the worm deck. Yeah, come on, music, stop pausing. Is there fusion in Rush Duel? Yes, there is. It's very, very cool. The first iteration of it is a little awkward, but after like the first wave of fusions, it gets really cool. Like when we start getting easier and easier ways to fusion summon. Plants feel good, and some bigger win streaks earlier. Nice. I mean, we're basically just playing against Magnum Overlord 100 times, so... unfortunately, this hand is not ideal. But we cannot just sit here with 2 tribute monsters in hand, so we will just be doing this. Yeah. Into pass. Why is the first wave awkward for fusion? It's because there aren't good ways to access the fusions, so you have to just hard commit everything to the board. So the way that the first wave of fusions work is you basically take your boss monster, then you take a non-effect, so just normal monster that's low level. And then you have to have the fusion spell card to fuse them together. So what that means is you have to normal summon, tribute both to summon out your boss monster, normal summon your vanilla, and then activate the fusion spell card. Now obviously you could have the fusion spell card set, that makes it a bit easier, but just trying to guarantee you're just going to have the rest of that is not particularly easy. So it makes it difficult. You have to hard commit everything for a monster that's like, it's a good monster that you summon, but like, is it 5 cards worth of investment good? And we're almost dead already, but again, there is nothing better we could have done with this hand. And that's lethal. I mean, that didn't even feel like a Buster Blader problem. That just felt like a we drew a shit hand and he opened a good hand problem. But yeah, that's the problem that fusions are going to have. I remember they return Polymerization and Rush Tools. Yeah, but as a legend spell, so it'll be a one-of in your deck. And it's also still bad. Like, most... I don't know if there's ever been a competitive deck that's ever played Polymerization, because it's just not worth it. Like, you'd be playing that instead of Pot of Greed. You play it instead of Graceful Charity. You'd be playing it instead of Heavy Storm, instead of Dark Hole. Like, all of these, like, really, really powerful spell cards. And it's just not worth it just to play Polymerization. So first fusion will be Gaia the Dragon Champion. So... Gaia is actually a very, very good fusion monster. So again, we could get Dragon Champion early, because Dragon Champion's kind of whatever. But it does actually get some really good support. I guess we'll just set all of this. And we'll just pass. But when we actually get the Gaia fusions, like the good Gaia stuff, that's actually going to be a top tier deck. Like, it's so good. We're against Harpies again. On the plus side, we haven't lost to a Harpy player yet. What about Best Across? Best Across does get a fusion. The fusion itself is actually not terrible. The problem is you have to run Ride Across in your deck. That's the problem. Seven's Gears will be the first fusion trust. Oh god, that I could not imagine anything worse than them putting Seven's Gears in this game at all. I genuinely think if Seven's Gears comes out in Duel Links, the game is going to be dead for like 3 months until we get rid of it. Like, Seven's Gears is... alright, to be fair, without Seven's Wonder Fusion, it's fine. But if we get Seven's Wonder Fusion while Seven's Gears is around, then it will be dead on arrival. It'll just be... Like, the game will be terrible. There will be nothing you can do about it. That's really awkward. So I have to do this, is what you're saying. So I have to summon this. I have to activate his effect. Okay, that went better than expected. I was quite happy to take the loss there, but... Now we can do this. Then we'll summon out Siesta Torero, activate Siesta Torero. Go 1, 2, 3 back into the deck. Flip this down. Set. Battle, swing. Swing over this. Then we'll pass. Seven's Gears only available if Otis survives. Also, just check. Talisman Warriors have their own fusions as well. Yes, they're not great though, to be honest. And also, anything like that, like the Talismanic Warrior fusions, are not going to... I can't say they're not going to be in the first wave, because I don't work for Konami, but they probably won't be in the first wave. Everything a Rush card ever could. What we talk about? What is Seven's Gears? Seven's Gears is completely bonkers. Do we just let this go? Yeah. Seven's Gears is a monster that can gain, I think it's 700 attack. It's some number of attack for every card that's a different type in both players' graveyards. So not attribute, type. And then it can attack twice. So it becomes very, very busted. I mean, this hand isn't, like, not awful. It's not great, but it's not awful. I want this in the graveyard, that's for sure. I could just slap a load of stuff in. I kind of want to use one of these just to get rid of it, to be honest. What's in our graveyard currently? Right, we'll summon Essel. Activate Essel. Get some more cards engraved. Then we're going to activate TSA. We're going to put back 1, 2... Probably don't want back 3. This is an awkward one. Sure. Weaken you down. Then we're going to tribute these two. Oh, if we were going to put that in the graveyard anyway, we should have done it the other way around. This is fine, though. Waiting for a response. Right, we'll summon this out. Set this. Go to battle. Swing over this. Swing over this. Pass turn. Right, let's see what we've got. Return to Gears and Yugo Go Rush. I remember how Yuga sad summoning all of his friends Ace Monster during the duel. That's the issue as well, is in Rush Duel especially, if you were to just jam all of your friends' Ace Monsters in your deck, you have just made the worst possible deck in the game, right? It's so bad. At least in, like, other formats, where you have, like, an extra deck that you can stick all their boss monsters in, you can kind of have it work, but it really doesn't work if they're main deck monsters. As long as they have free instruction or something, I can see use it. I need the Pigeon boss. You want Night Vision. I can also nuke the entire board, but no one ever does that. Yeah, no one ever does the other 7 Gears effect. Because it doesn't just read win the game, right? Why would you not do the win the game effect? We might have to negate attack here. I think we're losing too much field presence, and we're losing too many life points. As well as the fact if we draw a spell trap, I want to be able to play it. What's he gonna do? What are you going to do, RP player? We're just casually waiting for a response. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure we were going to win that one anyway, right? Right. We felt like we were in a pretty commanding position. That's a weird one. I don't hate the way this deck plays. What do you think about Revitalization? I think there are a lot of people really coping on that card as being like, oh, it's going to make Thunders crazy. Thunders are going to be insane with this card. And it's like, no. Thunders will be better. Thunders might even creep up to be like a tier 3 deck. They might be fine. I think a lot of people are like soy pogging at it, being like, it's going to be so good. Like, you don't even know. It's going to be the best card in the... This is such a terrible hand. But I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. It's not going to be anything super special. After Banner's update, do you think the best decks will be the same? Yes. Basically, I think Royal Rebel are going to step up. I think that Overlord is going to be a stronger deck. I don't see any of the new decks realistically outperforming any of the old decks. I mean... like we can see here, right, this Buster Bladed deck at the very least is... It's like, it's holding its own. It's doing okay. But it's just not realistically able to beat maximums, which is a massive, massive problem. It's losing against a lot of things that are not, like, weaker than it. Like, we're beating up Harpies, right? We have beaten every Harpy we played against today. 100% Harpy win rate, because the Harpy deck is not very good right now, right? Asana and Asaka and Asuka look alike. That's because they are related. Well, all things considered, this could have been a lot worse. Now, if we could just get 2 normals. So now, we got 2 normals, but we've kind of ruined the idea of what we wanted to do here. It's not turn 4, so we still can't discard a monster. So we're going to set. And I guess we go for the Buster Blade, right? Watch him just have the boy. He's just going to have it. Can I activate the skill? He's going to have widespread. It's just widespread. It is widespread. It's not widespread. Okay. We survive. What is in this graveyard? Just has, like, nothing. That was such a nothing turn for Cyberse. Cyberse the deck that usually like pops off immediately on turn 1. I don't think we are getting Go Rush World this year in Duel Links. I think there is a myriad of things we could get. We could just get no world, because we don't need to have a world every year. Eventually, we will run out of worlds. We're not going to keep making anime faster than we're going to have a year come round. We're not going to have like a new Yu-Gi-Oh anime every year. Second, we could get a filler world. That'd be fine, but it would mean, I think, realistically, putting in a bunch of filler cards, like Duel Links specific cards, which will make the game feel a bit weird. Like, we already have some Duel Links only cards, and I think that's kind of, like, okay, but I think it would might get a bit weird if we have, like, too many. We could get Go Rush and just not give us any of, like, the fusion Go Rush stuff and none of the maximum Go Rush stuff, and just give us, like, the basic boss monsters, which I think would also be fine. Some of those boss monsters are really good, but, like, they don't power creep like Dragius, so, like, probably be okay. I bloody hate Chaos Ventral. He's got the Atra Shoot. He also could take a second piece of the max. Then if he's already got the third. Okay, so just go for the Atra Shoot. Quantum Rush for later is up. Look, Quantum needs to stop, right? Starting these events when I'm streaming, right? Because it becomes very difficult for me to tab out, go over, sign up. That I'm totally not doing right now. But I suppose what we should do is throw it in the chat so other people can sign up. If anyone wants to play in a single elimination Rush Duel tournament that's going on in... starts in what, like 7 hours? Something like that? Like, how is this okay, right? I'm just saying, how is this okay? From a hand of 5 cards, we've got 2 boss monsters. We've boosted one up to 32. We're going to weaken me down. And then he's going to use the skill on top. Oh, he should have already used the skill, right? So we can't weaken me by an extra 800. But this is so busted. It really does feel like both... and a TSA. Okay, so now we're going to have to use our back row. But it really does feel like Machines and Cyburst got like a gentle slap on the wrist. To like be like, oh, please stop being top tier. Yeah, and kind of that's it. Right, so we know he has the... I think we know he's got the Dragon middle piece in his hand. Alright, but we have to do this. And we lost our Tribute to the Doomed, which is really not ideal. I mean, we're okay, depending on what his back row is and depending on what we draw. Yep. Okay, we can play. We can play the game. Question is, how do we want to do this? We have to send this to Grave. Which means no matter what, you're not using your effect. That is just a given. We can activate this. And then send this. And we have to send that. Then we set... we normal summon. We go to battle. I think we just have to clear this. If we even can. If we're even allowed to. Because he's probably going to have his widespread. Even though he's got 21 cards left in deck. He's almost certainly got the widespread. Okay, let's that go. That's something at least. Do we even have Goat and Grave? I bet we do not have Goat and Grave. No, we do not have Goat and Grave. Oh, back row isn't even live! Ah! Quantum's tournaments are way too late for Europe, getting gate-kept by the land of the free. It's not too bad. Usually they finish by midnight for me. So, like, that's not, like, awful. I'd rather be in bed at midnight, right? But... Also, because it's singular limb, there's usually like a lot less. I don't really give a shit as much because it's like you just lose one game to get unlucky and you're just out. And it's like, well, I'll just go to bed. Is what it is, right? I'm up until 4 AM anyways, so they're fine for me. I mean, it works out. They also play Negate Attack. The ban list isn't in effect yet. No. I think Quantum does do his with ban list in effect. Ban list, new Konami ban list skills. Yeah, so the ban list is in effect. Right, we're not dead at the moment. We are currently not dead. We have another turn. We know this back row is live, though. That creates issues. You lose early, you go to sleep? Exactly. If I don't fall asleep during. No, I mean your opponent, because you kept saying widespread. I mean, if it is, he'd have to only be on the one copy of Attribute. Which isn't impossible. Well, there goes a slime. We can put this down to 100 attack. Attack over it, leave us on 100. Which I don't even think is worth it, is it? Surely you'd just rather get rid of this. In case I have Talismanic Seal Array. Oh no, you get rid of both. Right, that's right. I forget that this monster has another effect. No, the ban list isn't in effect. He can play Negate Attack and 3 Attribute still. Ah, yes. Or are you in a tournament? No, we're just on ladder. I keep forgetting that the ban list isn't in effect, to be honest. Because I'm just like, every single thing I play, the ban list is in effect. If I'm playing in the league, ban list is in effect. If I'm playing in a tournament, ban list is in effect. If I'm testing against other people, ban list is in effect. Okay. Draw for turn. Unfortunately. Alright, we summon Witness. We activate Witness. We really needed to hit a goat. I suppose it's fine, we can just send a goat. Double set. Or normal summon by tributing 2. We have to keep this in hand in case things do sort of go our way. We have to use this, which is the other primary issue. Weaken this down. Oh, we can't use our skill now. That's something I have to remember, actually. That's a very big sequencing play that we have to remember. Right, so he's going to use his back row now. It doesn't matter what it is, it's going to stop our attack either way. Is Negate Attack. So now, it comes down to, does he draw back row hate? If he has back row hate, we're dead. If he doesn't have back row hate, we have one card left in our deck to get us out of this. Went out of gems halfway through the third box. Run time to farm some more. Welcome him, Corono, by the way. Hello. Sometime I'm losing since I'm doubting my strategies. It keeps the same. So I wanted some changes and still lose. I mean, that's just how it's going to go sometimes. Rush Duel is, no matter how good you get at Rush Duel, you will still just lose games to RNG. That is just how the game works. The same thing happens in Speed, just not to the same extent. Do we just win because he popped our Buster Blader? Like, if he doesn't have back row hate, I think we just win. Like, he has played this very, very badly. So he needs Talismanic Seal Array, which he's already used 2. So is he playing 3 Talismanic Seal Arrays? And there is my insurance policy. Okay, we can't beat this board, so we'll just put this sideways again. Guess I don't need you anymore. And we'll just pass. Okay, so he needs... So we know the card he's drawing is a monster, so he shouldn't have any back row hate. Does he even have any left? How many is in his deck? 1, 2, 3. All 3 are in the graveyard. So we have nothing to worry about. I do not think we can lose. He needs exactly TSA, and even then we can stop the attack. Nice, I know your strategy now. Yeah, we're fine. I cannot fathom how we lose this game. There probably is a way, but it is so convoluted that I think it's so unlikely to happen that we're fine. We're just gonna win. What do you have for me, Mr. Cybers Man? Has our opponent just gone walkies? Is he processing? He's like, how do I do? What, you're waiting? I mean, it's his turn. Might be the key of beating you. I mean, I don't think there is a way for us to lose now. We will eventually draw into our TSA. And we have the Witness Dragon Destroyer, so we do have access to our Buster Blader at all times. So we're just chilling. Does that change anything? Not really. Setting a card as well doesn't actually change. I guess it could. I do kind of like having a space free, though. Let's just pass the turn. Let's just pass. Now, he's going to draw a card. Then he's going to have to use his skill to start putting cards to the top of his deck, so that he doesn't just deck out. So he's fine. He can just buy time by just stacking cards to the top of his deck every turn. And then he has to hope that we don't have an out, and then he'll deck us out. So this game, if he plays correctly, should go on for a little while. Let's see what he's got for us. Maximum Ragnarok. Here we go. He has worked out how to not die to deck out. It'd be so funny as well if we had card devastation, we could just win. Sorry to be a bother, but I can't seem to make the skill work. Is there some sort of secret condition I'm unaware of? Are we talking about the Buster Blader skill? Also, hello, Grand. Welcome on in. Well, behold my power. Yes, can you show list? Yeah, we can show the list, but I think he's about to scoop, so we can show it after this. So, you need to have 5 guys in your deck, right? Either Gaia or Buster Blader. That's like, you know, the first part. Then your opponent has to have a 2300 or higher attack monster. Let's just get this open. So we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can't activate the skill unless your opponent has a 2300 or more attack, because you can't reduce their attack. Welcome on in, Serena with the 3 streak, and hello Brad as well. Welcome on in. Yeah, it's the opponent part. We cannot fulfill the condition because our opponent needs to have the face up 2300 or more attack, which means, just in case you don't know, we cannot use this skill against Harpies. We cannot use the skill against Seven's Axel Road, and we cannot use the skill against Magnum Overlord. We just cannot use it against any of those 3 decks. The skill does not work against those decks, just straight up. Why is it so harsh? To be fair, every single skill I feel like we got with this box release all have really weird restrictions, or the card pool that we got along with them is just really mid. And Hyla's in here as well. Everyone is just suddenly showing up. We've got all the content creators in here now. Hello and welcome on in, everyone. So the new decks are all just bad, right? I'd have to test all of them to like 100% say yeah, but I think it's clear to say all of them are in struggle street. This deck, like, to be fair, this deck does feel quite good to play. We haven't been bricking too much on it. Having easy access to Buster Blader feels really good because Witness is basically just a +1. Like, if you kind of squint at it, Witness is kind of like a bad Chaos Femtron. And that is actually quite good. Like, just being able to get Buster Blader just for free feels really nice. Sometimes Swift Guy's effect comes off and it feels really cool as well as the fact the skill does mean that your Gaias and your Swift Gaias do just get to clear over most things, which is quite good. The main issue this deck's always going to have is just that our opponents are always going to be on maximums. That just seems to be a thing now. So we've got so much anti-maximum tech in here just to try and deal with that, and we're still losing a lot against the maximums. To be fair, we have beaten, I think, as pretty much as many Cybers as we've lost to. We've lost to a lot more Overlord than I think we've beaten. We've beaten every single Harpy we played against. So I think this deck's like, it's okay into like other tier 3 decks. The other thing is this deck's going to get hard crushed by Royal Rebels. So it's always going to be a bit weird because we basically have to commit 3 big guys to board to do anything. And then Royal Rebels is just going to go om nom 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 and just completely devour us. Got Love Facing Dragons, summon a 10k Buster Blader, and they hit you with the Forever Freeze. I mean, you know, what will happen? You can at least get it out of the deck and back into the graveyard for the steep cost of a card from your hand. But you can do that. That is a thing you can do. Yeah, it feels weirdly restricted. How does it feel good to play, though? You can't even contest low-level monsters. The thing is, I haven't really been struggling with that. Like, generally, I'm able to just summon out, like, some combination of Gaia and Buster Blader, get them out, attack over them, and then use Siesta Terrero to clear other cards. And if not, I'm happy to just set cards. Like, you gotta remember that Rush isn't always just summon out 1500 beaters, slap, slap, slap. A lot of the time, you can just sit on a bunch of defense monsters till you find your bosses. And this deck's quite good at getting their bosses back. Because again, Witness the Dragon Destroyer is actually probably the MVP of this deck. Like, absolutely love this card. Now, is this deck consistently winning games? No. But at the same time, I think Ridercross feels nice to play. It's still garbage, but it still feels nice to play. Like, it's a weird one. Super Mini incoming in 1 month to give better cards to the decks. I mean, that's what I'm predicting. I think they'll do what they did with the Roa band members, which is they gave us a box that had, what was it, Invasion, and whatever else was in the Invasion box. I can't remember at this point. It might have been the Thunder box, and like when the Harpies came out. But was that the maximum box then? Anyway, after that box, we got the Roa Roman band box, right? Where we had like extra Thunder support. We had, I think Doom Metal came out in there. There was just a whole bunch of like extra support, and everyone was like, if this could have just come out with the last box, that would have been a lot better. And I think we're in a similar situation where these are all kind of underwhelming, but like we'll get a Super Mini, which hopefully will give them the tools they need to like become good. The deck feels like it gets walled by 1500 normals. I mean, it will to a certain extent. I mean, that did happen to us, but again, we can just summon out our boss monsters and hit over them. Like, it's not the end of the world. New box is out. Can't wait to make use of buff Disco Fever skill. I mean, could you imagine? It's such a shame that we can't do anything with that. I mean, we'll keep playing. Again, there are some decks I play, and I go, this deck feels terrible. Like, it's bad, and it feels bad. There is no redeemable qualities about it. I think this deck is like almost good. Like, it's not good. I'm not gonna try and gaslight you into saying this deck's good. But it feels like it just needs a little nudge, just a little bit, and then it could be good. And that little bit is is called Legendary Swordsman Buster Blader, and maybe the skill gets tweaked a little bit. Like, it's so close. So close to just feeling really strong, but it's just not there. Alright, let's see what we got. Replay. Oh, do you want us to watch a replay, Pro Manicus? Is that what you want? Drake Crush, Gantry Dragon, Legendary Swordsman Buster Blader, Gatling, etc. incoming. Gatling is a weird one. I don't actually know if Gatling... Like, Gatling's obviously a good card. That's annoying as well, because that's one of our outs to Overlord. Gatling is, like... It does stuff sometimes, and sometimes when it does that stuff, it's really good. But also, Gatling can be a bit meh. I think if you really want plants to be really strong, give them the trap cards. Like, if you give plants their traps, suddenly they're like, wow, this deck is insane. That's awkward. Question is, do we want to commit to having 3 dudes on the board? I mean, I guess kind of. We don't need the piercing. And that can't clear anyway, so I don't think we have to worry about that too much. So we'll go for this. We'll tribute out this. Is there a reason to get this out? I guess it's fine. Like, losing it kinda stinks, but it's not the end of the world. We'll just try and attack into this. See if he wants to use a back row on this. If he uses a back row, we're kind of fine. Widespread Ruin, okay. Again, not necessarily like the best outcome, but like, Widespread Ruin for a Gaia the Fierce Knight? Yeah, I'm fine with that. Maybe Spiral Dragon. I think that might be a bit copium. I mean, only if you want to. Is that the end for you playing Buster Blader for now? No, we're going to keep playing a little bit more Buster Blader. I've come to the conclusion I hate basically any deck whose boss monster is low attack but super nice. Whoa, 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 whoa effect. Just like not worth. That is basically how Rush goes, right? Like, anytime you have a lower attack monster, usually that monster can go up to a big number, try and get big damage in. I think we just take this, right? Like, keeping these monsters doesn't do anything for me. We're going to lose the 27, which, like, sucks, because this is probably SAR. Wait, is this even SAR? Or is this just Magnum? I think this is just Magnum. It's just playing a weird build of it. Yeah, it is Magnum. Maybe being stupid, not paying attention, reading chat instead. Like 2300 plant, she's fucking awful. Yeah, I feel the same. It's weird, like, Seven's Rogue Magician is the ultimate, like, low attack monster that still does stuff. And even that can feel a little bit underwhelming unless you get up to, like, being absolutely huge. When instead, right, you could just have a 2500 guy. And especially since we already have Blue Eyes Bright Dragon, that power creeps so many of these type of monsters, right? Like, think of Ancient Arise Dragon. It's now, unless you're using it with its skill, it's just worse Blue Eyes, right? It's just worse Blue Eyes Bright. Now, obviously, one of them is limit 3 and the other one isn't, so there is that. I love having my boss monsters disappear at the end of the turn. Yeah, I mean, again, that effect is more useful when we get the fusions, because we get the body back and then we fuse it off and then it doesn't go away at the end of the turn. But for right now, yeah, it's good if you can, like, end the game that turn and garbage every other situation. But the issue with that is you have to be in a situation where you can end the game, which plants, I do not think they're going to find themselves in that situation all that often. What is going on? Why is our opponent taking so long to end their turn? Constructor, Driver, Soldier, Traylon, if they want to give Worms the Chaos Femtron treatment. I mean, basically, yeah, that and Dragline. Dragline is another, like, really good card for that. Like, if we jump over here quick. You can go take a look at Duel Links meta. We actually have the wrong setup for this. This is fine, though. Come on, it's got to be... Oh, we're in speed, that's why. Dragline, this is the other guy. So we can shuffle 3 worm monsters from our graveyard into the deck, special summon a level 8 worm monster from our graveyard to our field. If we special summon Deconstructor Worm Build Dragon by this effect, we can add a worm monster with 0 defense from our graveyard to our hand, which means we get a boss out, so it's good for the, like, non-maximum version, as well as we can add a maximum monster to our hand, which is pretty cool. This is awkward, but I think we are going to go ham here. Does it even matter? Because we can pop that, we can run over 1. We can't even get over this, though. We'd have to use the effect to shuffle. I guess that's fine. I don't even know if that's worth it, to be honest, now I'm thinking about it. Maybe we just don't do that. Maybe we just chill. Which feels very weird. Just tribute these to get this out. I don't think it's worth normaling you. We do have other ways to shuffle stuff back in. So we just let you go to the grave, that's fine. We'll just set you. Go to battle. Just get rid of this. Yeah. I'm just pass. I was surprised the skill doesn't put a copy in the graveyard for you. Now that would make too much sense, either. That would make plants, like, actually somewhat playable. That's the issue. I wonder if plants would ever be meta. I like their effects. So plants never saw a ton of competitive viability in the physical game. But they've always been, like, just shy of it, right? They do get a lot of cool effects. They get ways to pop monsters. They get piercing. They get ways to flip stuff up. They get decent-ish trap cards that can change your opponent's monsters to defense or just straight up destroy your opponent's monsters. They get ways to revive cards from the graveyard. They get like all these really cool and interesting tools, but they were never quite as good as the other decks that did similar things. And that's just where plants have always kind of sat. Now, again, Duel Links is the perfect environment to give them cards early. Give them, like Neo Plandish, that is an early plant release. Plants in the physical game did not get Neo Plandish until Go Rush. So that's already a deviation, but we want to give them some of these cards early so they can actually thrive, or give them, again, a really good skill. Because if they do get a really, really good skill, anything could be good, right? They can make the worst archetypes imaginable fantastic if they just give them a broken enough skill. They have the capability to do that. It's just, will they do that? So far, the only decks that I feel have really gotten that treatment... do we just take this? I think we do. I think the only decks that have really gotten this treatment are the... like Thunder, I think, got like a pretty damn good skill. Thunder has never really been meta, but was actually meta for a little bit in Duel Links. I'm trying to think if there's anything else specifically. Like Magnum Overlord has seen play, so I can't like just say that. We could just chill in defense mode. It's probably fine. The only issue is if our back row gets popped, we're in a bit of a sticky spot. I suppose we'd be in that situation either way. How many bosses we got left in deck? We've seen 1, 2. We still have 3 bosses left in deck. The problem here is going to come down to, are we going to run out? Because 3 bosses left in deck, we could just draw all 3 next turn. So our hand is a little bit bricked up. This isn't looking as ideal as we would like. I think we still cannot use this trap card though, because again, if he just maxes us, we just die. I have to wait and see. We'll see what we draw. Hopefully we don't brick. Royal Rebels pre-nerf. Yeah, Royal Rebels have seen like some play. Okay, this will get some cards back in our deck. So go ahead and activate Siesta Torero. We will put back Fiesta, probably just those 2. Yeah, we'll just do that. 1, 2, 3. I mean, you're gonna get down to 0 defense, and I can easily clear you. It doesn't really make much difference, though. Because we're gonna have to tribute both of our monsters anyway. Tribute 1, tribute 2. I mean, I could activate this, just to get, again, just room. Let's do it. Let's activate this. We'll go for the TSA. I want to play cards from my hand. That is where I'm currently at. That'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, yeah, sure, let's just get him for some big damage. Why not? Why not? Wah! Last turn. Oh yeah, Thunder skill was fantastic. Card revitalization being Secret Thunder support is funny. I think the problem... So, again, I don't want to, like, just shit all over card revitalization, because I think there is potential, right? I do think there is potential. I do think, though, that people keep looking at it as if it is the best thing in the world and that they're like a Giga 5 head for like spotting it. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. It's a cool combo. It's going to be really, really cool. I just don't think it's going to like suddenly make Thunder like a top tier deck, right? I'd be really happy if it did. I just don't think it's going to. Hey. So that's just lethal in like 8 different ways. I guess we'll just do this. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Let's go for like the quick way, I guess, just so we're not wasting everyone's time. Tribute to the Doomed, discard. Target the big boy. We'll set that because we can. Go get him! Buster Blader wins! But this is why we have, again, the Majesty in, because it gives us an extra bit of insurance against the maximum. Which is good. You saw the announcement for the next physical Rush Pack. Super excited. Ancient Gear making its own archetype out of Legend Magician. Yeah, the Legend Magician stuff I think is very weird. Double TSA takes so long though. That's the issue with it. Yeah, TSA being... Oh, not TSA. Legend Magician being its own archetype is so weird since the only Legend Magician card we have and its support spell are both limited too. So it's like, why are we making an archetype out of this? That's very strange. Ancient Gear stuff, though, I love. I absolutely adore Ancient Gears. Like, I am a big, big Ancient Gear fan. So Majesty over Earthbound. So right, so the difference between the two, Earthbound is a lot weaker into something like machines. And in some cases doesn't actually do anything. Majesty is always good. The other difference there is that Majesty requires you to run the goats in your deck. So it comes down to, do you have room for the goats? If you don't have room for goats, maybe don't play Majesty, right? I think we're just going to set this. Quite happy for that to be in the grave. Crowler fans, rise up. Love Ancient Gear, yeah. Yeah, Ancient Gear, like Ancient Gear Golem especially, it's like, that's my aesthetic. Like, I absolutely adore Ancient Gear Golem. I love the stats on the card, I love its effect. The only problem it's always had is that it just sucks to get out, right? You don't want to tribute 2 monsters. And even if you use, like, the terrible support cards that Ancient Gears had, that was always awful. That's why we started getting Ancient Gear cards that said, like, oh, that's annoying. We just lost the 66% of that. Yeah, we started getting cards that said, like, summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. Because Ancient Gear obviously says, I cannot be special summoned. That is quite a nice hand, all things considered. We'll use this first, because I want cards in my graveyard. Is there a good way to do this? I could flip this up. Give it self-piercing. That doesn't do anything, it just gets an extra card in the graveyard. We've already milled 2... We really do have nothing in the graveyard, do we? I don't think we're going to bother with that. I think we're just going to do this. Unless I flip it down. But, like, that doesn't work because I don't have enough cards in graveyard anyway. Alright, yeah, we're just going to do this then. Well, Tribute 1, Tribute 2, Summon, Summon Piercing, Set, Normal Summon Swift Gaia. I guess we'll just dump another card in grave and hope we don't hit a spell trap, which we did not, so that's always nice. Then I could activate this to weaken. If we did weaken this, he'd lose 1,000. He'd go down to 11. We're still, like, nowhere near lethal. It'll be a lot of damage, but we'll just go battle. We always attack with this first, because if he's got counter pigeons, we'd rather lose the Gaia than the Buster Blader. Then we'll just swing into everything else. Then we'll just pass. What a powerful legend monster. 3k, 3k piercing, immune to trap activation completely. Oh yeah. Poor Karibo gets his ass whipped. Already excited. That luckily is not an issue in Rush. Exactly. Exactly. Sets 3. Still staring down the Piercing Samurai. I mean, we've got to go for it, right? So we're going to activate Piercing Samurai. Use it on this. Then I'm going to activate Tribute to the Doomed. We'll send this. Target that. Set this. And then that should be good game. We'll save that replay. Why not? It's fine. It's an okay replay. I think we'll keep playing a little bit more. I am, like I said, I am the kind of person that I can get salty, right, playing Rush if everything's, like, going very bad. Obviously, you know, we're on a bit of a win streak, so that's something. But we've lost a lot of games today. But even the losses don't feel horrible, right? They do not feel completely terrible. Which is, again, why I think I like this deck. Again, I think it could be stronger. Definitely could be stronger. But it's, like, it's fun enough to play. Maybe kind of special rules for Legend deck that fits the only W Legend mod set restriction. I doubt we're going to have something like that. But yeah, it's kind of weird making an archetype, but I'm still excited. It's probably going to do a load of stuff like turbo milling into the graveyard and then just have a bunch of stuff that does stuff with Legends in your graveyard. Yeah, best games are close games. Yeah. I mean, again, I don't necessarily think this is the best build of this deck. Right? This is our first draft. This is the first version of this deck that we've tried. We're just giving it a good go before we've just, like, decided it's good or bad or where it fits. Receptacle Manny. Well, we potentially have the strongest possible open for the Cyberse deck. Yeah, looks like he's going to go for double boss and then a third card. Depends what that third card's going to be. It could be a back row. It could be another normal summon. Okay, just a card in hand. If we give up the negate attack, we could deal with this whole board. That doesn't seem like a good idea. Surely we just set these. Right, surely that is the... Wow! Then we pass. All things considered, our end board didn't look that bad. Did not look that bad. You think we will get Fusion in, like, September, where we would normally get the New World? Right, so September is very close. Basically, the main problem I see with getting Fusions is they seem to be wanting to follow the anime timeline as much as they can. And we still have the Goha siblings to go, right? Now, Goha siblings are when Fusions come out, but pre-Fusion, there should still be, like, the Follow Wingworld stuff, there should be the Sea Serpent stuff, there should be... Well, here comes the next one. There should be the Fire Baseball stuff. Like, there's a lot of other bits and bobs that we would typically see before Fusions. And again, that's just following, like, the anime. Do I even bother? I mean, it's 4,000 damage. I think we're going to stop this. We are going to stop this. I think there's an argument for, like, stopping it and not stopping it. Staying above 4,000 means that I can't just die to the maximum. So that's something. I could even hold on to the Tribute to the Doomed. That's actually so funny. Oh no, I can't. I don't have enough cards engraved. Even if we use the skill... No, we have to. We absolutely have to. So I'll go Tribute to the Doomed. I think we just send you... What's in our graveyard currently? Yeah. Let's just get rid of this. We'll go for some damage. How many monsters do we have engraved currently? 1, 2, 3... Okay, we will go for this effect. Get him for the 22. Halve his life points. Pass turn. 1 arc to go, finish Season 1, and then we would be the Goha Sibling arc with Fusion Intro, hopefully, then also with Metarion Cyborg Fusion deck. The problem is, the Metarion deck has always been kind of mid. Like, it's not a very good deck. It's not designed very well, either. Like, it's a very anime deck. So I'm not super excited for that, personally, but... yes, Maximum's turn 3, we love to see. If you don't use it and use Tribute to the Doomed, your negate attack might get sniped. I mean, there is that as well. That's the thing. It's hard because, like, if your opponent, like, if you know your opponent's likely to do that, then obviously it's like, yeah, use it or lose it, right? Froggy with the huge raid. Welcome, welcome on in, Froggio. Should try and give you a shout out, but we're really bad at giving out shout outs. So let's try. Let's see what we can do here. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? There it is. Hope the stream went well, buddy. Now, our opponent doesn't... Right, so we could have Slime. Slime is the only thing he could have that would actually be problematic for us. Oh, Summit, why are you not playing? There we go. We will go ahead and activate Witness. Grab this back. We'll go ahead and Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Drop this down. Activate Emblem. No, I'm not going to send things to the grave. So if this clears, what does that leave him on? That's 213, and then that'd just be lethal. I think we just leave it like this. Go to battle, swing. That's probably going to be Slime. Okay. Let me just pass. Now, the only problem here is if he does sack the max, he has exact lethal. But there's nothing we could have done about that. Okay, it's looking like no max. He has the particle acceleration. That's fine. Goes to the maximum Ragnarok. So we're only going to weaken one, which means he only has one boss. Hey, how's it going? I have been playing Buster Blader deck. So funny deck. I do really like the Buster Blader deck. Again, I don't think it's particularly good, but I do really like it. I am having a lot of fun playing this deck. Which I think, you know, does mean something. I don't think it's going to bump up the tier list at all, but it is very fun. Alright, what is the next part of the plan, my friend? Receptacle Many. Activate the effect, put more cards back into the deck. Probably going to try and put a load of max pieces. How many max pieces have we got in grave? So we're still, oh yeah, we've still got 3 copies of that. Of course you do. So, because we lost our TSA, we now do need to draw an out. Which is not ideal. But if we find any boss monster, we do out. Or a guy. So we've got one copy of him. We've got 2 Gaias in the deck. Okay, there's Gaia. So yeah, we just win, right? We just win. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, come forth, Swift Gaia. Summon, summon. This is lethal on board already, but I will activate my skill. No. To battle. There we go, just another clean win against those pesky Cybers. I haven't played plants yet, but I see some good plays of plant deck. Can't wait to take it and level up Asana to play worms. I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it as well. That's probably what I'm going to play next. Still gold 3. Still working our way up. We're on quite the win streak, aren't we? What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 win streak with Buster Blader. We're quite happy with that. Right, let's go again. Let's go again. Are you playing 3 Swift Gaia? I chose to play 2 and the King Trap card. Yeah, that is exactly our ratios, Froggy. We're playing King's Majesty and we're playing 2 Swift Gaia. Hey, when am we getting a rank? Let's see if we can get that. Oh, and it might be a Roman with an actual Roman skill, which means this could be an actual Psychic deck. Oh, that's not a good hand. This was like almost a good hand, and then it kind of faltered towards the end. Alright. I mean, we can still empty this hand. It's just like not ideal, right? So we have to normal summon this. And I do want this out of my hand still. Right, let's see what he's got. Aggressive hand, not bad at all. I mean, 23s aren't exactly difficult to out. And it does mean I have 2 less boss monsters to work with until I put them back into my deck. If our back row stays, which there's a good chance it does. The other problem is we don't want to get them too low on life points. Ready, beat. Puts the card back. Reveals Canry D. Grabs back Maginical. Summons that. Activates the effect to boost up to 16. I don't even think we use our trap, to be honest. I think we just take this. Alright. Ironically, she's lost a lot of life points. 4 would be 8. Activate, pop that. Weaken that down. That's just lethal, right? Oh, I haven't actually counted how many monsters we've got. This might not be lethal. How many monsters are in my graveyard currently? We do have 4. No, we're fine, we're fine. We'll change this back to attack. Normal summon. Normal summon. Wrong card. Activate TSA. 1, 2, 3, 4. Weaken Maginical. Normal summon. Go to battle. Swing. Swing. Swing! Poor psychics. Poor psychics. Where this song come from? This is Bayonetta, Red and Black. Yeah, we have a lot of Bayonetta on our soundtrack at the moment. And here's another Bayonetta song. As we wait. We didn't even need to activate the spell card to win. Well, we needed to get it out of our hand, right? So we could have just said it, but it's fine. Now we just wait for Duel Links to actually catch up with itself. There it goes. And there it is, gold 4, which is quite nice. This climbing with a new deck's always quite fun. Right, I think we're going to go again. Let's play again. I'm enjoying this. I'm genuinely having like such a good time playing this deck. I think this deck does have like a lot of nice little tricks it can do as well. We haven't really made good use of Karibot, to be fair. But then again, we haven't been bricking that much on high levels in the hand, so maybe it doesn't matter. Aren't you King of Games already? No. So, in general, if it's not a new box out, I don't rush King of Games, because I have no reason to, right? Playing games in King of Games is not good testing. It's generally just kind of for fun. Oh, my internet is apparently throwing a wobbly. Even though we haven't dropped any frames. But it does say that we're having a bit of a wobbly time here. And obviously our music hasn't stopped. I'm wondering if this is like their servers are playing up, but it's making it look like it's me. So I think this is a Duel Links problem. But yeah, we don't... So generally, King of Games isn't a great place to test. It's kind of just a bit of a whatever. So we only really go up there to get rewards. Time to turn off the microwave. God, I hope no one's using the microwave. Alright, what is our opponent even on? Now, going by historical records, our opponent should be playing Harpies. Right? It's Asana with an Archive skill. We have seen 0 plants. We have seen 0 Buster Blader. We have seen... Oh, okay. Has my net gone? Everything seems fine on my end. 0 drop frames. Everything's still working. I have no idea. I assume the stream is still working fine. Looks like it is. Yeah, the stream's working fine. I don't know. I think the Duel Link servers are just playing up. That's all it is. Because again, everything on my end is completely fine. This is a Duel Links problem. Well, maybe this is a good place to call it then, unfortunately. We were planning to go for a little bit longer. But if the Duel Links servers are going to start like crapping themselves, we're probably best just to call it there. We did get some really good games in. We did unfortunately scrub out of the Angel Cup round 1, but we were very, very, very close to winning, right? We had 3 really close games. We managed to win 1 game, and the other 2 were so very close. We only just missed out on it. Do not forget that there is a tournament on today, which will be the Quantum Rush. So if anyone is interested, you guys should go and play in there. Because we have just had a new box as well, we are planning to play... We're planning to play more, so we'll probably do a stream on Sunday. So that is probably going to be the plan. So we will be back again on Sunday, probably playing, I don't know, plants or worms or something. We'll be trying out one of the other new decks, which was sure to be a great time. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.